Tonight on 8.5-bit, we help a dog around a police station, try to defeat an ancient evil with some doggy treats, and take a sword from a lady that has too many swords.
What?
Welcome, friends of all times, to episode 264 of 8.5-bit, which I'm sure will be the most esoteric episode of them all. I'm your host, Paul, and joining me tonight are my good friends Sam.
Hello.
And James.
Hello.
And the games I talked about tonight.
Yeah, can you please tell me? Because I don't know.
I should have done a second take, because boy, were they hard to hold in my head.
No, you did well. It
Okay.
needs to stay
So
there.
helping a dog around a police station is...
Blair Witch?
No, Astral Chain.
Oh, okay, because I didn't think there was a police station in Blair Witch. But,
No.
yes, Astral Chain.
But defeating an ancient evil with doggy treats,
That
is Blair Witch.
Witch. Yes.
And of course, taking a sword from a lady that has too many swords is Blasphemous. Which, oh boy, do I highly recommend as an animation in that game. Do you think we collect them all?
I believe so.
I'm pretty
'cause
sure we
Did
do.
you see what it did?
Yeah.
I've just been
Yeah.
catching the periphery of this conversation.
Eventually, that lady has no swords.
Poor lady. So boys, how have you been?
I've been pretty well.
Yeah, not too bad.
Just
Getting by.
found a thing on my finger. It's gone now.
Gone now. Good
gone.
job, Paul.
Good job, me. Tonight on 8.5. Sorry, thought I'd give it another take.
How are you going, Paul?
Fine.
Yeah.
Things happening.
We saw John Safran.
We did. We went and saw satirist journalist
Yes.
John Safran last night. It was part of the
Brisbane
Festival.
something.
And I'm a long-time fan. And I got to be part of the audience interaction, which involved him giving me a streamer at the beginning of the show.
Yep.
Then I got to anxiously hold that streamer for the entire show. And at the end of the show, I got to fuck up throwing the streamer.
did.
I sent him a tweet today.
And what did he say?
I said, thank you for the show and the anxiety. I'm sorry I fucked up.
With no context past that?
No. He knew what it is. It's like, you chucked it all right, mate, or something.
Be good if he came back with you're the guy that couldn't throw a streamer properly.
If he come back with abuse, I would have been absolutely fine with it.
Because there was another person who was the backup. And
They fucked up worse than me.
And they fucked up worse than you. And I did hear John Safran say something like...
I should have had a third
should have had a third.
I mean, it's his fault for trusting two people to throw streamers.
You need the front row entirely, don't you?
No, that would be too much fanfare for John. It's good that someone that has had a career as long as his is still very nervous in front of a crowd. But that's his MO.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
A slideshow that was a little bit buggy.
No, the slideshow wasn't buggy. He forgot the order of his slideshow. And therefore, the person controlling said slideshow was like, I can't go to the next slide because that's not the thing you're saying. And then he realized he fucked up. I've been there.
You still blame PowerPoint, though.
Oh, no, he took full responsibility.
Okay.
He's that kind of man. Okay, shall we delve into the world of video games?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've been playing a lot. Also, there was a surprise Nintendo Direct. And then there was also, let's call it an Apple Direct.
Sure.
And also TGS started today. But we don't really have much to say about that yet because it's only just started and there's not a lot out. And by the time this is released, we would have missed all the news. Hey! Whoopee. Okay,
We have so
cool
much
stuff.
more news for next show.
We
It
do
will be,
manage
but-
to skip news quite often.
I have so many fucking games on my list. Which is a pity because I actually haven't got to get super deep into almost any of them because there's so
There's
many
really a lot
games
of
to
video
play.
games.
September's a big month for games.
Yeah, they're good
And there's like
games.
Borderlands
Still more to
3
come.
tomorrow our time, I think.
Yes.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
Tomorrow.
I have such weird feelings about Borderlands 3. I don't like Borderlands very much. Feeling number one. Number two, Randy Pitchford is a special human being who I don't necessarily want to give money.
Yes.
3, there's lots of good people that work at Gearbox.
That's
4, dickheads constantly go on about Epic Game Store as if it's a crime and vow not to buy the game, therefore making me want to be anti-dickhead
And
buy a game.
Yeah.
5, I don't really care about any of that.
5, you still don't like Borderlands.
Yeah.
See, I'm
6, Blasphemous came out,
Yeah.
and I'm going to play that instead of Borderlands,
We'll play Blasphemous until Zelda comes out,
which is next week.
which is next week.
And also next
then-
week is when Apple Arcade launches. And
There's plenty to do, Paul.
there's so much. I don't need a Borderlands.
Just forget that Borderlands exists.
Which I can at
feel
least
the-
now say with Apple Arcade that the company which I'm working for, their logo was on the screen.
Was
Like
it?
I can at least say that much now.
Their logo was on the screen.
Yes.
So they stole logos.
Step.
Is what you're saying. It's actually so well before we get let's talk about the Apple stuff since it's come up. So we got some details on Apple Arcade now. It's launching September 20th in Australia. The announcement said 19, but that's US, and we're 20. They really said it would be $5 a month.
Which is about $8 for us.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's $7.99 in Australia.
Which is can be shared with the family.
yes. So
And
it's
up to
not just one
5
person.
people, I think.
Yep,
Which is
very
pretty good
generous.
for $8.
Yeah.
And they're launching with a number of games. The games that they detailed at the conference. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go through the list here because even the ones I don't care about are kind of interesting in a little way. Ballistic Baseball, which is definitely the one I care about the least. It's from Gameloft. Now, one of the things I thought was interesting because they were really focused on sort of single player narrative games in the pitch and everything. This is not. This is particularly head to head multiplayer game.
That one's real interesting because part of the big things with Apple Arcade is no communication with other things.
Yeah.
So, I mean, guess Gameloft is a pretty big company, so they clearly negotiated something, but surprising.
Interesting. Yeah. So I believe these are alphabetical. I'm going, wait, there's a T. So, oh, they did the starting with T, not the name. Yes, it is alphabetical. And then I threw a couple extra ones. Choo Choo Rocket Universe. New Choo Choo Rocket game. Pretty much focused looks to be a single player focused Choo Choo Rocket, puzzle based. It's got a new sort of isometric view. Well, not so, it's like a 3/4 tilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of that Crossy Road perspective.
Yeah, kind of that. Yeah. Looked polished. Looked cool. I liked. Choo Choo was cool. And Exit the Gungeon.
Yes, that one took me a little bit by surprise.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Enter the Gungeon, except it's side scrolling and it's exclusive on Apple Arcade. Overland, which is not exclusive. It's exclusive to that as a mobile platform. They got to pull that one a few times. But it also means that, because I think it was in early access for ages, but it's only just being released full, I can play it for $8. Well, actually, for nothing, because the first month is a free trial.
It's free, yes.
Pac-Man Battle Royale, 4-player battle mode, Last Pac-Man Standing. So I don't know if... Oh, sorry, I said it's Party Royale, not Battle Royale. Sorry.
Okay. Because Pac-Man Battle Royale
Pac-Man
actually
doesn't
sounded all right.
battle anyone. He parties.
Yes, In Projection, which I haven't seen, which is from Blowfish. It's a young girl with shadow puppets. Did anyone see that?
I did not.
No. Okay. Rayman Mini, new Rayman game. Looks like a Rayman game. Hey,
Can't go
Rayman
wrong.
games
Yeah.
are good.
Can't go wrong.
Can't
with
go too
Rayman.
wrong. Shantae and the Seven Sirens. So, new Shantae game from Way Forward. Skate City, which is a little bit like... what was it? Side-scrolling? Ollie Ollie. But with like 3D graphics to it, but still a side-scroller. So a skating game like that. A few games I didn't see. Sneaky Sasquatch.
Which sounds
just,
fun.
This looks like cute little things you do. They say you go raiding picnic baskets and playing golf and stuff. There's a Steven Universe game. Super Impossible Road, which is a follow-up to Impossible Road. Bossa is releasing The Bradwell Conspiracy, which is an adventure game thriller. Noodle Cake is releasing The Enchanted World, which is another story-based adventure game by the looks. There's Various Day Life, which is a weird title.
It's a very weird title.
It's a Square Enix game. It's by the team that made Bravely Default.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know a whole lot about it, but it's like good lineage, and it's got a weird name.
Like
Various
Bravely Default.
Day Life.
Day Life.
Yeah. Very strange. Other games that weren't in that list but are still coming out near the beginning. There was Shinsekai, Into the Depths, which is a Capcom game. I don't know anything about it.
Something like they think they recorded all the audio underwater. They made a point of that.
Huh.
Like they actually put a bit of effort into the audio design for it, which for a mobile game
some full
really
throttling.
appreciate.
Good.
Yeah.
You just put a filter to do that. There's Frogger in Toy Town.
No, that actually reminded me a little bit of
Frogger
Witch
game.
Eye.
Oh.
Like how you moved around.
I do like Witch
Yeah.
Eye. So Frogger in Toy Town, which I did not give a shit about until I saw it was made by Q Games.
Yeah.
Which
I gave no shits either, and then I saw it running. I'm like, oh, that looks pretty fun.
And Sayonara Wild Hearts, which is coming out on Switch and everything as well. And I didn't love the look of that game, so I'll much prefer to pay $8
Yeah.
to
Or
try it
nothing,
out,
'cause the
or
first
nothing for
one's
them.
free.
Yeah. I'm not sure that. And I noticed in the advertising they kept still showing images from Hot Lava, that weird first-person core game. I wonder how that's going to control. I
Yeah.
guess you'll use a controller.
Mm.
Because with the update you can sync your PlayStation
Yes,
controller and
and
everything to
Xbox, any Bluetooth controller. Finally.
Finally. Yes, and it looks like a lot of those will just have controller support.
There was
Yes, they will.
also
Yeah.
word of a new Sonic game.
Oh, good. They're all so good.
They're so incredible, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, let's list the good ones.
I don't like
Sonic
any,
Mania.
I don't like any Sonic, so you're
Yeah,
asking
I'm
the
with
wrong
James
person.
on
Oh, you didn't like Sonic
Yeah,
Mania?
I
not
think
really.
Sonic is a little bit crap.
Sonic and All
Definitely
Stars
with James
Racing
on that.
Transformed.
Yeah, but
I-
there's
I-
only room in my heart for
Sonic Blast.
I
a
enjoyed
certain
Sonic
number of
Adventure.
racing games.
No, James, that's the wrong
No,
answer.
it's the one that I enjoyed the most. I think I've
That's
finished
the
it.
most wrong. Maybe
no,
you should try Sonic
Flickies.
Mania.
I
again.
liked Flickies.
What's Flickies?
So
Flickies.
Flickies was a Genesis game where the little birds. You know, it's was this weird trope that made its way into Sonic.
It's like a
The little
spin-off
Flickies
game.
are like these little bird creatures that
Yeah,
you
I know- I
collect.
know the birds you're talking
There was a
about, yeah.
game called Flickies,
Huh.
and it was like a bit like a platform.
Were you
where
a
had
giant
to-
finger and you had to flick all the birds?
No,
Like,
you had to just jump around and save them. But it was really good.
just like Sonic.
I don't know if it came before or after Sonic. I assume that it came first.
I would like a new Sonic Spinball because I remembered having such good feelings, and then when I played it again, I didn't realize that it ran at 3 frames a
Yeah.
second.
I
it would
want
be a
my
much-
I want my BioWare RPG Sonic game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game was not good.
No,
I really pretended it was good for a good few
tried.
days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the Phantom Menace of video games. Paul tried.
I didn't try that hard, but I mean, Phantom Menace lasted like 6 months. I
Yeah.
pretended it was a
You
good
were in-
movie.
yeah.
Solid
no,
run.
it's clever.
Solid run.
It's clever. It's like it's not. It makes sense. It's really well made, and the performance is classic. It's fucking trash. Everything about it is trash. Good music though. Good music.
yes, good,
Excellent
yes,
music.
very good music.
That entire sentence could be applied to Sonic games.
Good music.
Everything you just said could have been a Sonic game.
But the person that made the music was better in Star Wars' case.
This is true.
Well, I mean, like Michael Jackson only made a few tracks. In Phantom Menace. He were.
You would recognize
I hear he
those
was
themes.
Boss Nass. I'm Brian Blessed. Boss Nass just wishes he was Brian Blessed. That's all it is.
Yep.
He's the big. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about some video games we played.
Yeah.
Now, we all played one video game we can all talk about.
Yeah.
It's the new Platinum game.
Hell yes.
Isn't it nice saying every syllable?
Platinum.
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 Astral Chain, where you get to play a cop
Yep.
with
Future Cop.
Future Cop.
a robot demon from another world
And
as
the
your buddy.
And the shiniest butt.
I
I don't remember my butt being
I
that
think my
shiny.
butt's that
Pretty
shiny.
shiny if you play the female character.
if I play the female.
Yeah.
Which I'm assuming you did.
I don't remember it being shiny,
It's
but maybe
very
we've got
shiny.
a different color thing.
I know.
on it.
Maybe.
I played the male character.
Good for you, James.
Oh, yeah. Go fight that patriarchy.
Why did it? But
It's fine.
But it's about wish fulfillment, and I wanted to be the
yeah.
cool
You
cop.
wish to be a man.
I wish to be a cool cop man.
You're right. You should be the guy. So, actually, that brings me to the weirdest thing about the entire fucking game.
Is it the voice acting?
Yeah,
'Cause
well,
that's the thing that weirded me
the
out.
voice acting, but in particular the fact that whichever character you choose, so you can choose, there's a brother and a sister, and you choose one of them. So the one you choose doesn't get to have a personality.
Yeah,
Nah.
yeah. That
You
really,
are the silent, dead
that-
protagonist.
like that confused me so much that I thought they were actually weren't the character choice I had at the beginning. Like
Uh-huh.
I thought that this other character wasn't my sister to start off with, or brother in your case.
Yeah.
But then they kept reinforcing it. Like it took a few goes to get in. It's like, but why are you talking all the time?
Your
Why is-
sibling becomes the narrator
Yeah.
and gets the
So-
name and the voice lines.
But for a character action game, why did they not give you any character?
Yeah.
It's like the other one has character. I don't see why not. You've recorded lines for all the things.
I did also notice the sneaky fact that it doesn't matter which one you pick, the other one is always named Akira.
Oh, okay.
So when it comes to all the rest of the dialogue in the
They didn't have to do two takes
One
for
name.
everyone.
It's one name for everyone.
They could have just said, you, you're... Oh,
Sibling? You and your sibling, get out of here. I'm going to throw the book at the both of you and your magical creatures from another dimension.
Hello, everybody. There's
Hello.
a bit of a break in the podcast then. What happened was the SD card ran out of space
It was all
about
full.
20 minutes
Yeah.
ago. And we only
Oh.
just noticed.
Hey, but it's better, like we've got the whole show before with noticing it's not recording. It's
Yeah,
recording,
let-
right? That little red
Let,
light's
let
on?
me,
Yeah,
let me check
it's
that
recording.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're
Okay,
good.
computer's
Everything's
recording,
good.
recorder's
All
recording.
right, we're all wearing ace.
Okay, so we're talking about Astral Chain.
Yeah. What did we say? Oh, no, that's
There's
good.
so many things to talk about. Yeah.
We said it was fun out of games.
Fun out of games. Do we
Yeah.
just put the entire review and discussion at fun out of games?
Yeah, fun out of
Let's-
games. Go get Astral Chain. Do you enjoy platinum games?
Yeah, it feels like we need to do more.
All right, no, go
It's
for
a
it.
pretty big release.
Yeah.
But also, I'm kind of done talking about it now.
But, I
It's
mean,
a very good game. Has very good combat. Has a lot of nitpicky things when it comes to game mechanics. As far as you're not exploring a world because you want to. You're exploring a world.
Oh yeah, we did a
oh
whole
man,
lot.
find
we
all the
nitpicked.
things.
They didn't need to hear that. That was a
Yeah,
really
you know,
lame
we didn't
nitpick.
need to talk about that.
Yeah.
But let me go. We'll get over it again. Just
we
in case.
nitpicked it and then ended up still saying definitely get it.
Oh yeah, it's a really. Well, I didn't say definitely.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd say if you
get
like
it if you like that.
if you like platinum
Platinum
games,
games.
yeah, get it.
I mean, there's
Which
so
should
many
be
good
everyone.
games out
Yeah.
there. I mean, have you played Witch Eye? It's a very good game.
Oh, should I play it now? Again?
Maybe. Again, have you finished it? What do you
Yes.
mean? Just
No,
you
I
haven't
haven't.
played it for a second
I
time?
haven't played it since the last episode.
You wasted your $4.60.
Yeah, it was for a joke, and it was worth it. Look at that, getting double joke now.
You shouldn't joke about Witch Eye. This is serious.
You left for a review.
No, I didn't leave a review.
Anyway, Astral Chain, a world of good characters. You have no character yourself, though. The multiplayer is weird because it's not each two people. It's just one person
Controlling half of it.
Chimera. You got James talked about how he got some frame drops. I'm like, I didn't notice because I'm less sensitive than he is, and also the gameplay is
Oh man, Witch
not
Eyes.
Twitch based enough.
Can we
to-
just talk about Witch Eyes some more?
Witch Eye's fucking great.
Oh, I've got the buoyancy now underwater. Where I
yeah, the buoyancy's good.
Oh, that's really cool.
Some of the bosses now are getting like real
Oh no,
tricky.
hit. Oh yeah, boy.
That said, like, they still never take me that many goes.
Yeah, okay,
But
this-
they're such a good toilet game.
This game is pretty good. Oh, it's down
And
here.
remember, you can slow down, so you can just
No,
stop.
you can't. I'm underwater. I float.
Oh, okay.
It puts a oh no, I hit the spike. No, I didn't hit the spike. All is well. So when I'm in the air, the buoyancy doesn't matter. Okay, how about I stop playing Witch Eye?
Witch Eye's a good game. Okay, yes. So
Astral
then,
Chain.
after we finished speaking of Astral Chain, we did a whole rant about the Blair Witch game,
Yeah.
which I will now try to compress. I'm not going to do that. Blair Witch is a horror game. It's out on Game Pass, which is why I played it, and why James has played some
Yes.
of it as well. I played through the entire game in basically like 2 sittings, but on the same day. The setup is you have gone to the forest from Blair Witch to search for a missing young boy. You have gone there with your dog to help look, and your dog is basically your emotional support animal because you have some sort of anxiety, PTSD. And when you're separated from the dog, it causes panic attacks and stuff like that. So a very good setup for a horror game. The dog mechanic I really, really enjoy, partly because I love dogs, but also because it's, well, if you need to find something or you just need to work out where to go, you just tell the dog to go seek or whatever, and you can follow it, and it will lead you in the general direction you need to go. So for being in an open forest, it feels like an open forest while still being pretty guided.
Yeah.
You get to bond with the dog, and it does make you feel more powerful
I gave
when
him
it's
so
there.
many pets.
There are-
patting all the time.
The game follows on from Blair Witch 2016, so it has more distinctly supernatural things than the original film did. And the dog makes you actually pretty strong in that sort of situation. So separation from that companion is a very worrying thing when that happens in the game. I did mention that I think the game is not that Blair Witchy. It's obviously in the setting with the with sort of the characters in the background, but I think the game is more in line with like a Silent Hill. When the later Silent Hills after, because the first one doesn't. But when Silent Hill turned more into a thing that Silent Hill reflects the psyche of the person that enters it, and that does the same here, while still playing with the same thematics and the stuff that was entered in Blair Witch 2016. So like the geography and the time changing and the day and night cycles and things like that.
And in no way connected to Book of Shadows.
No, have you ever watched Book?
I have. A couple of times.
Really? Is it interesting?
It is interesting because it's so far removed from what Blair Witch is.
I believe the director hated the Blair Witch.
I could tell because it's nothing. Remember, like when Blair Witch, there was that like cross media push. There was going to be like this whole Blair Witch universe and Blair Witch games. There was like 3.
The Blitchiverse.
Yeah, 3 games, and they're all like kind of silent. No, I think there was one was like your Civil War veteran in Blair
They
Witch.
were like Alone in the Dark.
Yeah, they're really going back into that Blair Witchiverse.
We should play through all those games.
Should we?
No, that's not.
But yeah, good. And a good reason to have Game Pass. Like, if this is a caliber of stuff they're going to regularly put on, then I will continue the
Very easy to
subscription.
sub. Well, the other game we played Game Pass-wise, we both played a little bit of Gears 5.
Yes.
Not very much.
Yes, we played maybe like an hour or so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Partly because when we played the first mission, after the very first battle,
It
it
bugged
said,
out.
Go here. We're like, but we can't.
Yeah.
And we threw grenades and shot
Yeah.
everything in that environment
Yeah.
until
That
there was
was,
nothing else to shoot.
Oh, I
little bit buggy.
Yeah, just
little
that
bit
once.
buggy.
Just that
yeah,
once.
I'm surprised. Like it's there would have been a massive QA team working on that game.
And for something that early in the game.
I have seen a few reports of
Yeah, like,
many bugs.
And when it's a scripting thing, when it's like you're waiting for a character to do something and they're not going to do it. I mean, I didn't have that problem with the dog in Blair Witch.
yeah.
It's like, I feel like this is out of our hands entirely here. But I mean, I don't have a lot to say. It looks very pretty. The color is good. Like we already talked about the beta. It plays like Gears of War. I like playing it with a keyboard and mouse.
Yeah,
I've never
it
done
still
that
works
until
well as a
now.
co-op game. They've got all the stuff where whenever there's a firefight, it will be geared around having multiple people, 2 people, where someone can go flank, and all that stuff's there. Like that kind of co-op level design is all there. At least from like the early stuff we played,
We're not even up to the open world.
It felt
yet.
very more of the same.
Yeah.
Which is okay. But we like didn't get through Gears 3 because we were
sort
kind of
with
done.
it. We got
Yeah.
we were done after Gears 2.
Yeah.
And we're up to Gears 5 now.
Yeah.
And they haven't really evolved that much.
Yeah.
Still Gears.
Yeah, it's still Gears, which is good, which is solid. But I've done Gears.
Yeah, I want to give the multiplayer more a go because that I really enjoyed, and I could see 4-player on a mic in the PvP would actually be a pretty good experience, especially because it's not that twitchy. Like it's more about actual communication and flanking and things like that.
Okay, but finishing off Blair Witch.
Oh yes,
I had to do my warning. Horror game with a dog. I'm a dog lover. If you're a dog lover, you'll struggle, but you'll be okay. That's as deep as the spoiler goes. Yeah.
This is very. So basically, this is your dog trigger warning.
It's a dog trigger warning. Because it's... The game is good at anxiety. Like, I think I went... Oh, so the other things I suppose... I'm remembering our old discussion now. And that is that the extent of our Gears 5 discussion, by the way?
Sounds like
Hey, probably.
Yeah, I didn't really have a lot to say
Yeah.
about it. Because there's been so many games that really... Even though it's a big thing, it's not that big compared to
been
everything else
lost in
going
the
on.
noise.
Lost in the noise, yeah. But Blair Witch, it has a morality system which is completely stupid. It decides what ending you get, and just ignore, like, don't even, like, when you get an ending, then just go look up the other ending. It's not vastly different anyway, but...
Yeah, I guess to give like a non-spoilery version of it, there is an interaction in the game which is deciding the morality, which is very obviously like not... It's not obvious that it's doing it. Like it's a dumb way for this thing to
and you know,
to change
I
things.
spoiled it last time,
Yeah.
and I'm spoiling it this time
Okay.
too. One of the main ones, because there's a couple ones, is there's the little stick figure Blair Witch men that are hanging in the forest. If you grab them and crunch them up, that's bad.
But I'm doing it to keep my dog happy.
Don't
Yes,
destroy
the dog
sticks.
doesn't like
The
them.
dog doesn't like them.
Destroy sticks.
Yeah, it's not explained why that would matter.
It's evil
It
to
doesn't matter.
destroy
There's plenty of
sticks.
things in the game that could be basis of a morality system, your relationship with the other characters and such, because there are other characters.
And the
in
pizza
game.
boy.
Yes, and the pizza boy. Did we talk about the phone in this version?
No.
Yeah, because there's a dog in the phone, an old Nokia, and you can receive messages and make phone calls
Yeah.
and play Snake.
Yeah.
It's actually
Yeah.
a fantastic mechanic. But yeah, it's like these arbitrary morality systems are stupid. The only time that they kind of work, and we'll get into a bit more with a later game, is when you get that sort of like Dark Souls-ish thing where you don't really know what
Got
the
no
fuck
idea how it's
anything actually
working.
is. It's like, and then like you don't want to lock you into it anyway. You just want to be like in a confused maze of like, what does any of this mean?
I don't mind it when it's really over the top, like with Fable, where
Oh.
it's so
It's so
it's so
obviously-
obvious and it's kind of dumb.
Did you walk in there and fart at everybody? Oh, I've got horns now.
Oh man, I should go play Fable 3.
Fable's morality system, it was very clear cut.
Well,
Like, you knew if it was good or
well,
bad.
he literally put a thing
Yeah.
would go
Yeah.
up and down.
Exactly.
Look, if I want to be evil, I'm going to eat live chickens.
Yeah.
And it goes
Like-
crunch, 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 and my morality
I
goes
also
down.
point out,
could pick
I
something
think
to do.
Fable is fucking stupid.
Yeah, but that's why it works, because
Yeah.
in Fable it's just dumb.
I'm golden.
Oh,
I'm
my
great. What was something coming out in the characters you can make good or bad? Maybe it was in the Nintendo Direct. Probably was. Okay, shall we get into the Nintendo Direct?
let's
what
do
we're
that.
gonna
It's
do
still
next.
recording?
Gonna do.
It's still
You
recording.
haven't pushed the button with your pen.
So, a somewhat surprise Nintendo Direct. Hooray! Surprise, we're Nintendo. Starting off with the thing that we knew but had not been confirmed, which was Overwatch coming to Switch. It looked, at least what they showed, looked nice.
Yeah.
Apparently runs at 30.
Which
But
was fine.
I think it's fine. I think...
What's it do on Xbox 360? It's 30, isn't it?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think it's 30.
I think it's 30.
I think it
yeah.
is 30, yeah.
Because Overwatch...
It might be 60 on the
Maybe a Pro.
one or whatever.
I have a feeling
it
it's
is.
not. I have
It
a
might
feeling
not
they've
be.
actually locked it at 30.
It doesn't need to be 60. Like
Overwatch is not
It's-
that twitchy.
it's
of a
not a
shooter.
Twitch shooter. No.
No, and that's
Not
why it kind of
really.
works as on a
Mm.
console platform because unless you're
Like some
whatever the sniper
But
character is who will never play.
It's in that weird realm where like half the characters are Twitch and half aren't.
Yeah,
So the console meta and the PC meta
Are
are
a
two
bit
entirely
different.
different
Yeah,
games.
yes. But
Oh, just briefly saying on Overwatch, very brief tangent. I loaded up Team Fortress 2.
oh yeah.
Yeah, that is a
to
very
see-
different game
Yeah, to
than
see
it used to be.
what's going on. I was so confused. I loaded up a thing.
That
which
first
was,
menu is just
I
bombarded.
I loaded up this thing where you could get missions and work through like
you have to pay for them.
a tech tree, but you'd have to
Yeah.
buy a license to get
You
the.
pay real money to get
missions?
a tech tree, to get missions, to unlock
Yeah.
weapons, to craft more
Yeah.
weapons. There's
Yeah.
there's a whole thing
But-
in TF2 now.
I did just jump into 2 Fort, and I still had
Still
a
fun.
really fun time. Like that game is still
What did
good.
you play?
I played Soldier. I played. I kicked ass as Pyro.
Pyro,
I was
yeah.
dominating so many people. I think I'm actually a lot better at the game than I used to be. I thought that jumping into it, because the kind of people that are going to be playing TF2 are going to be the kind of people that have been playing TF2 for about 10 years non-stop. It's the only game they play.
Yeah.
I did fine. I was dominating plenty of
The
folks.
thing to remember is that nowadays TF2 is mostly an economy more than it is a game.
Yeah. But
And,
like, I need this. All right.
From what I'm aware, when you jump into it, from a balance perspective, 95% of people you go against are using all the really weird weaponry, and the original weapons are still the best.
Yeah.
As
Well, I
far
was
as
using
balance.
the flare gun,
Yeah,
which is not the original,
No,
but it's
but
close to.
still pretty good.
And the back burner, I think, were the two I was using.
So like the original, and then like
yeah.
the first things they brought out,
Yeah.
before they did all the really weird stuff. Yeah,
I had a good time. Oh, like even Cheryl
I
was
was
watching me.
thinking-
She's like, "Oh, should I play TF2?" Well, maybe. It's a good game.
Oh, let's all jump in together.
Yeah.
But what I was thinking is that you're there dominating people, but on the other end, it's all these people going, this fucking idiot, he doesn't even understand that he's getting less drops because he's dominating.
you're supposed to be bad.
He doesn't
to get more
understand the
hats.
meta.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to win. You're
I
supposed
do-
to get hats.
I do wish that there was just a regular old server that not even so much mind the
like
new
a
weapons.
classic.
That's okay. But like the server you could jump on was like 24/7 instant respawn.
Yeah.
2 Fort. Like, oh, okay. I guess I'll play that one. And it's
Yeah.
fun because it's a fun map, but there wasn't enough to get like an interesting game, like actual narrative happening. It's just like
I liked it when the crazy things only like happened at Halloween.
yeah.
And
And,
now it's like
the-
it's just crazy all
The
the time.
Pyrovision.
Pyrovision, yeah.
Oh, that was the best.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, Overwatch coming to Switch. It has motion controls.
Yeah,
so you
that
can
was
do
interesting.
gyro aiming, which has made me go like, if I was going to play anything but PC, do that because I like gyro
Yeah.
aiming. Damn it.
Gyro aiming with a
I just
sniper.
wish that Overwatch didn't drive me to a murderous rage.
Does it?
Yeah, it makes me real mad.
I find it pretty
Why?
cash.
But
then
because
I've still never reached rank play, so I guess I
yeah,
don't count.
because I lose, but I don't know why,
Ah, okay.
and that always frustrates the hell out of
Because
me.
you're bad.
Oh, because I
Did you
don't
forget to get good?
Yeah, because I'm not getting good, and I don't understand the meta, whatever's going on.
You might find it's better now that they've put roll lock in.
Oh,
Where it's
maybe
2-2-2 roll lock.
Yeah,
Where it's not just people faffing about and
Yeah.
whatever they want to do. Yeah. I jumped into it the other night and it's
maybe it's a bit better. And also,
trying
the
to queue as damage takes
Yeah.
forever. because
So
that's how it works.
the community also was a bit shit.
The
But-
community's still a bit shit.
Yeah, but then if someone playing on the Switch, I'm not talking to anyone.
Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently, no, I think they said that there will be built-in voice chat.
Oh god, I hope not. That sounds like
Just
a
turn it off.
fucking
Yeah, we'll see.
nightmare.
Problem
Okay.
solved.
Yep.
Luigi's Mansion 3 coming October 31. It has up to 8-person battle mode, which is kind of fun.
Mm.
So yeah, four sets of Joy-Cons, and you can.
It's 8 on one system, isn't it?
Yeah, eight local play. Yeah,
Okay.
which is fun. Then they announced Super Kirby Clash, and they released
It's
Super
out.
Kirby Clash at the
Out
same
that
time.
day.
It is a free-to-start. Basically, Kirby's take on Monster
Monster
Hunter.
Kirby's Monster Hunter
kinda.
Lite.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is a very cute idea.
yes. Well, so it's multiplayer
quite fun.
focused. You get a Kirby, you deck them out with equipment, you go and fight monsters, and you play
It's
a role.
role based.
Yeah,
Problem though, the netcode
it's shit.
is really not good.
I have only played it single player so far.
So they do this thing. There's this thing called client-side prediction, where when you hit a button, you immediately
Yeah.
respond, predict the movement, and only bother correcting it if when the authoritative position comes back if it's incorrect.
Uh-huh.
You roll back anything.
You
and
roll
it's
back, and
rolling
that's how
back.
rubber banding comes from, because the client's predicting ahead, eventually gets its proper state, reapplies any of its commands that are on there, and then in theory, it's a very good way to kind of have a responsive game and deal with latency. They don't do that.
They just
You
let it happen.
they just hit a button and you wait half a
Everything goes
second
slow
for it
and
to
floaty.
move. And I think they lockstep it, so it'll only run at the speed of the slowest person.
Oh.
It's real bad
Not
netcode.
good.
Real bad netcode for a game which is just PVE.
But this is Nintendo.
yeah. Oh,
The masters of netcode.
The masters of netcode.
Oh,
Yeah.
the master. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
it's because it made me a bit mad because I could see myself
It could be a
really
real good
enjoying that
game,
game.
yeah.
Like it's like okay, it's there's like loot to unlock. And
Why don't we
it's
just have a nice local multiplayer
Because I-
naked weekend?
because I
We
don't even
tried.
trust that's going to work.
And we just sat around a campfire all night.
That's true, we did.
It's true.
We,
And,
we did try.
and it wasn't a naked weekend.
Yeah.
No.
My
Maybe
favorite
that was
part.
the problem.
My favorite part of our bonfire night was
Yeah.
Cheryl not understanding it.
Yeah. So everyone came around my backyard and we lit a fire and we sat around it, and James's wife Cheryl,
She's
from
Chinese Malaysian,
Chinese Malaysian,
culturally different.
could not understand the concepts of sitting around a fire.
Well,
It's like,
not
but
sitting
where's
around
the
Specifically
food?
yeah,
not cooking.
Yeah,
on
it's
it.
like you can sit around the fire. That's fine.
Yes.
But why are you not cooking?
Yeah.
This is the part
Yeah.
which
It's
she
just a
was,
fire.
She was just deeply confused at what we were doing.
Fire is useless without.
Yeah.
I didn't
On top.
understand what a white person thing having a fire was. But apparently
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. But I had a great time. I just sat there looking at
Oh,
the
she
fire.
got into it eventually
Yeah.
too. I was like, guys, can we go and place
Yeah.
the whole thing I wanted to do? And like, I didn't want to have dinner or dinner. I just wanted people to come around and play video games. Can we do the thing that I want? I was like, nah, we're gonna sit at the fire. Like, fine. I'll just,
Sit there.
I only get a night without my wife like once every 2 years. Okay,
I had a
guess
good time looking at the fire.
I'll just watch this flame again. Hey. I'll be in my room. Anyway, so that was Kirby's Super Kirby Clash. Yeah, I played a little bit. It seemed fine, but okay.
Yeah.
Trials of Mana remake coming April 24th next year, which I think looks kind of nice.
It looked quite fancy.
Yeah. This is the Secret of Mana 3. Which
Oh yeah.
is
The-
we finally got the release.
We've
but now
got the
we're getting
original,
the crazy
but there's
remake.
the HD one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They announced Return of Obra Dinn is coming to
That's cool.
Switch.
That's
It's
good.
also coming
I
to
will-
PS4
I will
and
probably pick it up and play it.
Xbox.
I think that'll be a
I
good Switch
remember
game.
watching you play that at PAX last year.
Yeah,
in
Obra Dinn
our hotel
is
room.
cool. Town is now called Little Town Hero, which I will say is a slightly worse name because it seems like a kind of. I just feel like we've got a shitload of games that with basically that
Little
exact same
Town
title.
Hero.
Little Town King, Cown Little House. Anyway, it's the new Pokemon company. What are they called?
Game Freak.
Game Freak.
Mm.
Game Freak thing. It's a smaller game than I realized. It's like not a full price game. You're just in this one town. You fight monsters. Apparently, you fight them with ideas. But the music is done by Toby
The
Fox.
most valuable thing.
Yeah. The idea. Took me a second to get on that. Yeah. Oh my god! If a game like hoarding ideas. I'm rich. I have all the
I have
ideas.
so many ideas.
Uh,
I will tell you my idea once you sign this NDA.
What's the idea to dollar conversion rate?
It
A
is
billion
zero.
ideas per dollar. The inflation is insane. So Banjo came out on Smash Brothers. I had a quick play of him. It's a
How's he play?
pretty strongly. It plays a little bit more normally than the other ones so
But
far.
I want them to be crazy.
But there's there is weird craziness about it. So things like the side special, which is basically an invincible dash, you only get 5
Oh, what total?
until you die. Yeah,
Oh.
there's no way to
Just
replenish them.
5 per
Okay.
stock.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We're just like
You gotta really
nothing's
figure out
been
when you
like
want to
that.
use those.
Yeah, exactly. And there's
Hoarding
other little
health
things.
potions.
I quite like just the normal special is Kazooie will just fire an egg out, but if you hold it down, you then pull her back and she's more in machine gun mode, and you can just keep
okay.
firing
Multiple
eggs.
eggs. Yeah.
It's just the attention to detail they put on this stuff is great.
Yeah.
The little after the direct, they had a little demonstration of how to play it.
Yeah.
It's just like Sakurai's there. He's just like, it's like, oh, it's been a while since you last saw me with the hero update. But for me, I'm recording this 2 days after our last one. Okay. Then he goes on. It's like, oh yes, if you want to play Banjo, you can play the remastered edition on your Xbox. Weird, canned laughter. It's like, today I will be using 2 controllers to control the game. Last time I tried putting them on top of each other like this, but if you notice, you hit the bumpers with the other controller if you do that. So today I'll be playing with them side by side. Like, fucking get an assistant! Why do you need to use 2 controllers?
Just doing
at
his
once?
thing.
Anyway, it's weirdly quaint and cool to watch. And he explains everything in great detail. It actually makes me appreciate the level that goes into the character designs, and both being respectful to the source material, and then just finding a weird way of putting all the stuff in the game. They're pretty cool. And further down, I think, but they announced. He's just next. They announced the next character for Smash.
Yep.
It's Terry from Fatal
Terry.
Fury. What's Terry's last name? It's B something, is it? Did I write it down?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
It's just Terry now.
Yeah, it's just SNK character. Fatal Fury. He's got a red cap. That's fine.
Yeah.
Character.
Some people got real mad about it. I'm like, why?
Well, that's a weird thing to get mad
You know
about.
how many characters exist in the world? They're not gonna. The chances of the one that you want,
Yeah.
very slim.
Yeah.
Very
You saying I'm not going to
slim.
get my little devil
tiny.
character, Paul?
That little devil would be pretty cool. Yeah. I was just thinking Earthworm Jim, or what about if they go for unreleased, like they bring in Untitled Goose. I mean, yeah. Like, why would you?
Yeah,
do that?
where's Captain Comic?
But sort of the big thing was that that would be the end of the Fighters Pass, the 5 extra fighters. They also said, this isn't the end. We're
We're
gonna
gonna do
more.
more.
Yeah. Hey, we figured out we can make bank from this.
Yeah,
We're going to do more, but you're going to have to pay for them separately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be real weird to see whatever comes after the Switch and whatever the future for Smash is, because I can't imagine.
Well,
them
where
doing
do they
this
go
again.
from this?
I
Yeah.
mean, this is the ultimate one.
Yeah.
Yes, it is Smash Ultimate.
It is.
With
yes.
everything.
Okay.
I'm kind of okay with the things being a bit forward compatible
Live service
going
Smash.
on. Like, yeah.
This is just the Smash forever.
Yeah, like I'm okay with it. Like if there's just another console where it's like
Next Smash is VR only.
Yeah.
But Kirby is, you just gotta suck.
It only lets you play as the characters if you buy the Labo kit for that character and cosplay.
And cosplay, yeah.
It scans you.
That doesn't matter. Tokyo Mirage Sessions coming to Switch with some additional content.
It's Fire Emblem stuff, isn't it?
I thought Fire Emblem stuff was already. Persona 5 stuff was being added, I thought. Something like that. Or no, they are adding Fire. I
They're
forget.
adding Fire Emblem.
'Cause
I don't
Shinji-
know. It's some
Shinji-
weird stuff.
Yeah, I don't know much about that stuff anyway. But then, the biggest shock of my life. Deadly Premonition 2 coming in 2020. And we're like, the fuck?
Yeah.
And also at the same time they said, and out today, the original Deadly Premonition, which we've now subtitled fucking Origin.
Did you get it?
No.
Yeah.
I have so many games to play.
But none of them are Deadly Premonition.
No, but I just put it on my wish list. I'll get it when it's
Yeah.
on sale. Because it will go
Well,
on
which
sale.
given on Switch, yeah, it's going to go on sale.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
get it at
it's-
60% off at some
it's,
point.
it launched at $45 Australian. It's like, nah, that's
Yeah.
not impulse money. That's especially for a game that I already own.
Yeah.
But I would like to play it again on Switch. But yeah, Deadly Premonition 2 is coming next year. It's not Swery's studio, but Swery is directing the
Okay.
project and writing it. So it should be pretty good.
Authentic.
Yeah, pretty authentic. There was sort of discussion on like, well, what is a Deadly Premonition 2? Does it need to be bad? I don't think Deadly Premonition being bad is what made it good. What I actually kind of hope is that because it proved itself on its own merits of like being a quirky, well-written game, that they don't have to include the shit that they were kind of forced to make it saleable. Like, we don't need so many bad shooting sections because nobody bought that game for the bad shooting sections. You know what we need? More weird conversations with old people. And yeah, like there is, from the trailer, there is some combat, but it doesn't need to be like that. It can be like Dark Dreams Must Die and stuff like that, where it's like more quick time events. and stuff. Like, go nuts with the things we like. You've proven yourself in the content, and being a better made game, I don't think is going to hurt it at all, and hopefully it is. But now there's just the confidence, and I think Swear has proven himself that he's not like Tommy Wiseau or something where he accidentally made something iconic. This is just who he is. He kind of makes good stuff whatever he does. So yeah, I've got hopes. Then they announced Divinity Original Sin 2 was out today,
which I've almost bought a couple of times, and then I see the price and I stop.
I will get it eventually because it is a good game to have portable.
But it's $70 Australian.
It is very expensive.
If it was like 40, I would have bought it by now.
But it's also like an 80-hour plus.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've put in 90 hours on PC in it, so...
It is definitely like a holiday game for me.
Yeah.
Like, if I was going away for like 2 weeks somewhere, that's...
And you can co-op the whole thing with Cheryl.
No, not on the Switch version without 2 copies. There's no...
There's no local?
No local.
Oh. Well, fuck it. Get it on your laptop then.
Yeah.
That seemed like half the fun. I thought the dynamic split screen was cool.
Amazing. I guess like maybe simulating two characters on the Switch is a bit too much.
There's a bunch of physics stuff in that game.
Some of those elemental effects tanked my computer a little bit. So
just turn them down.
Depending on the areas you're in.
Go particle effect divide by 2.
But it looks so good, Paul.
I loaded it up on PC.
When the whole thing's on fire.
And the whole moving object thing in that game is so weird.
It is.
It's
so telekinesis.
Yeah, it's just every character has the ability to just move shit.
Everyone's got some range of telekinesis.
Yeah.
And some of them get better at it.
It's just I just thought it was
don't we all?
strange. It's a strange mechanic.
But, yeah, it's definitely something to pick up if you don't have it.
Yeah.
Doom 64.
Yeah, which is okay. I mean, it's very aesthetically different than other Dooms, so I don't know if the levels are different.
Hi-Res Studio. Yeah, it's a different... It's entirely new game. It's not a new game, but it's not Doom at all. It's like, I don't think it even didn't make it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Rogue Company by Hi-Res Studios. It looks like a multiplayer class-based shooter, which looks generic. Pokemon Sword and Shield. They said there's you can customize your character, give yourself some bangs.
There's a cup of tea Pokemon.
Yes. Oh, yeah. What's it called?
And they recommend drinking it.
Yeah. You drink your Pokemon.
It is literally the Pokedex entry.
You
drink
some trainers enjoy the flavor of this Pokemon.
It's getting dark.
So we've officially hit that area.
It's pretty good. They have Pokemon camps, and that's other people can come and hang out.
They're the less good bases from Ruby Sapphire, I believe.
I mean, I'm not going to qualify it.
They're the less good versions.
Why are they less good?
Because they're not fully customizable and awesome.
But your character's fully customizable now.
Yeah.
So greedy.
Yeah, trade-off.
Yeah. It's probably them lazy devs I've heard so much about.
So lazy.
And you can make curry.
Yeah. That's why there's not all the Pokemon. That's what I think.
Because we've been eating them in curry.
No, they couldn't put all the Pokemon in because they were too busy coming up with over 100 types of curry.
Yeah.
Are they curry Pokemon?
There's a curry dex. Just for the curry. There's not even curry Pokemon.
Oh.
There's probably a curry
There's just
Pokemon.
a curry dex.
Okay.
For over 100 types of curry.
Is there a...
It's like Final Fantasy 15.
Is there a chili
you can
flakes
discover
Pokemon?
types of curry.
I kind of want to go collect all those curries.
Like you mix and match ingredients.
I'm not interested in Pokemon, but I would play a curry game. It's like, how many chili flakes
I feel like
put
they've
on top?
accidentally made a game. Like they've accidentally stumbled on something that could be good if it wasn't in Pokemon.
They need to work with Squeenix and get like that food technology for Final Fantasy 15.
We
pull that tech.
I've been saying for years that Pokemon has been stuck in a rut.
Curry game.
I mean, for years, Pokemon has not been pushing things forward, and
Curry
today
decks.
is the day. They've finally done it. They've taken that step forward.
Pokemon Katsu pork and Pokemon Katsu chicken.
Does this open it up for the next one to be ramen based?
I don't know.
Oh, it does.
Well, I mean,
this
like,
is it. They've sold me.
It's curry because it's based on the UK, which curry is the thing, I guess.
But it's very distinctly
it's
Japanese curry.
Yeah,
Which is
it's very strange.
Oh, yeah, because I just assumed it would be like katsu curries
Yeah,
and
that's
like
what it looks
Japanese
like.
curries,
That's what it looks like.
not Indian curries, because they're the ones you're going to find in
vindaloo and
the
stuff,
UK. Yeah.
which is not Indian, but
When the wife was away, I thought, I'm going to get some food in.
Yep.
And I should get what I can't get when she's here, which is hot stuff. So I got myself. I didn't go for the hottest vindaloo. I'm eating it going like, I should have got hotter. This isn't particularly hot. For the next day and a half, I felt that I made the wrong choice.
This is why
But
I don't
That's
eat
how vindaloo
hot
works.
curries anymore.
But the eating part is good.
I know,
Yeah.
Paul. I know.
but
I get that.
The rest of it is not.
There
Yeah.
needs to be a scientific solution.
There's
to this.
multiple days of repercussions.
I never used to have that problem.
It might actually be a tolerance thing. Because if it's a tolerance thing, then you can just work up to it again.
No, one day it just stopped. It
Yeah.
stopped working.
Because I used to I'd be able to eat really hot curries. I'd go into the Indian restaurants and ask for the secret hots.
See,
Like-
I've never been like...
The one where they go, but you're white.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
And but then after a while, something happened to my digestive system, and I went to Sad Town. Now even when I even have a little bit of chili.
I don't know what happened.
There is a solution, Paul.
What? Just
All you
put
have to
milk
do-
in my bum?
No. All you have to do
Yes.
is
No, Paul had it right.
ruin your body enough that you just end up with a tube in a bag.
Colostomy!
And it bypasses that issue entirely.
Look, my dinner's escaping. That's a good idea. Yeah. But also, well, maybe yogurt in your bum.
Yeah.
A little Rita, some Rita. Anyway, we were talking about video. Oh yeah, we'll finish the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
Okay. Boo. Oh yes, and finally, not finally, but they have now announced the full name, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online.
What a mouthful.
So you can finally get SNES games with Nintendo Online. They
good-
did good. They did not
Yeah.
raise the price. They put 20 games out, and a lot of those are the
Good
games
list.
that you want. It's a very
Good
solid
list.
list. It's got your Super Metroid. It's got your
Your
Super Mario World.
Zeldas,
It's got your
Link
Yoshi's
to-
Island. It's
Link
got
to
your
the
Zelda.
Past.
And then a few weird ones there as well. Stunt Race FX for the first time ever. I'm like, why the fuck would you
Yeah.
want to replay Stunt Race FX? But you know what? It ran at a better frame rate than I remembered. So
No
maybe-
Star Fox 2.
maybe I was wrong.
Just
But I
Star
guess-
Fox, though.
Yeah,
was on
just
there,
Star
I think.
Fox. But yeah, there's still lots of room for them to get stuff onto it.
Yeah. They also said that they're no longer doing the monthly release schedule, but they also didn't say what that meant.
Yeah.
I mean, that just means they've just
I think
been,
it just
the
means
frequency
they're just
will be
gonna
whenever they
release
feel like it.
games
Mm.
whenever they.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So will it be more? Will it be less? Probably sometimes one, sometimes the
Like,
other.
yeah.
Oh,
What's
hey, I
around?
found a license for this game underneath this stack of money. Now we can put this game out.
So that's available. I downloaded and played it. It works.
It's fine. Yeah.
He's got the
SNES
reward.
games.
Yeah, it's SNES games. It's like I have a SNES Mini, I have a computer, I have a SNES.
And there's the controller as well that they've
Yeah, you
released.
can buy a SNES controller,
Yeah, which is reasonably
like
priced, actually.
$40 for each controller
Yeah.
in Australia, which I kind of, but also I expect it's like the NES one where it only works with those games. I'd rather
Yeah.
just get like an 8-bit dough and
Mm.
just be able to use it with other games as well. But let's finish this list. There's some new Tetris 99 stuff, like basically a winner's circle thing and a few other modes. I'm really interested in the Mario and Sonic at the Olympics game
Why?
Odd.
because I like party games.
Mm.
And there's D-makes in it, so there's all a bunch of like 2D
okay.
sprite stuff
Yeah.
as well. And I think even the original games look kind of well made.
Mm.
I still won't buy it because I'm not that crazy. Maybe if it suddenly gets like the best reviews of the year. Deus Ex Machina will be available pretty much by the time this is out. I've been playing the new demo.
There was a new demo, and
So-
how is that different from the last?
This is good. So the original demo they put out, it was sort of like a prototype, and they said, "Give us your feedback." We've covered this on the show before, and then after the feedback, months later, they said, "So here's all the responses we had to your feedback," and they went through the list, and it had pretty much everything that I brought up, and they fixed it all. And I was like, "Wow, this wasn't just like a fake beta just to get people to
like
play
a
it."
legit
And
beta.
It's like, and now they put their money where their mouth was. Instead of just releasing the game, they released a new demo, which is significantly longer than the original demo. I haven't finished it yet. It's the beginning of the game, so if you buy the game, the progress just continues through, and they fixed everything. So now, other than the fact that I'm not a huge mech game person, I don't have much to complain about. In fact, even the things that I wasn't complaining about, things like the writing's more fun now. The mission design is clearer. The guns have a punch when you fire them instead of just feeling like nothing far off. It's very, very easy to track where enemies are in your location. Just all like everything's very clear on the screen and readable. The customization wasn't a problem, but the customization is really fun. Getting in and painting up all your mechs, different body parts and everything, and getting in, and it's all about then collecting weapons and building up and making your own crazy mech. I don't think in the demo you can do multiplayer, but eventually it's a 4-player multiplayer game as well. So you're basically doing your like Destiny raid runs for taking down, or maybe more a bit Monster Hunter-y, go take down a big thing. You don't have there was boundary out of bounds things. When you cross the line, it would automatically turn you around and take you back in, but it would put you in a shit position. It was terrible. Now it's just like, hey, you're leaving the area, make sure you turn around, and you like just obvious things. Improve the game. Like, if you're interested in a mech game, and this is an anime action mech game, it's quite fast. It's lots of explosions and swarm missiles and stuff. Download it, play it. There's no reason not to.
Free demo.
Yeah, I'll check out the demo.
Yeah, I mean it's in a sea of other things because while it's pretty established knowledge that demos hurt your sales.
I always think it's a very ballsy move. Like your confidence in your product that you do that.
But I think in this case, there's such a sea of titles out there at the moment. And you got to stand out with something. And I think in this case, I think it's a very strong move.
Yeah, like if you're trying to make it, there are so many things out, so many options.
Something that you know what the
it's like, and I've played it like, aha,
Yeah.
this one is fun. Yeah, could work for them.
Yeah, I hope so. I think it feels pretty good. At the moment, even with me liking it, because there's so many games at the moment, I still probably won't get the full thing for a long time, and hopefully I'll find time in the future to play it. And then continue the list. Oh, another weird announcement. Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere.
Okay.
What?
Hey, it's a very good Jedi Knight game.
It is.
It's being published by Aspire. And do you know why Aspire is involved? Because they published the Mac ports originally.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
I mean, it's very...
So they have the port license?
So, and then they're also doing Jedi Academy afterwards.
Okay. Yeah. And that one was still alright, but Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Academy... Not Jedi, because then there was like Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, Jedi Outcast at some point.
It had Nintendo naming.
Outcast is for Academy. So it goes Dark Forces. Then it goes Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight.
Yep.
Then it goes Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast.
Yep.
We've ignored Mysteries of the Sith. Then Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Academy.
Okay.
Which is the fifth game in the series.
And wasn't Kyle Katarn in... Was he in Shadows of the Empire? Was that Kyle Katarn? I have a feeling it might have been.
Maybe. But I believe Kyle has like some reference made to him in like the new Star Wars movies.
Cool.
Apparently just like a throwaway thing. I'm like, oh, I gotta look that up.
That's cool.
I don't know what it is. I just heard. I'm like, oh, I gotta look it up. Gotta cheat. He's canon again. Yeah, so that's wild. Just Switcher 3 is coming out in October. This was like... So they announced Assassin's Creed 4 coming out. It's like, okay, let's port it to something else. Why not? It's not just Assassin's Creed 4. It's the Rebel Collection, which is Assassin's Creed 4 and Assassin's Creed Rogue.
Yeah, which is the
one...
one...
It's just Rogue, isn't it? Yeah, it's not just
where you play the... the Templar. And you're... Yeah.
Well, because it was... Basically, they were doing the new console versions of Assassin's Creed, which I guess was Unity at that point. And they're like, well, we can't put that on the old console, so we're going to make another game in the Assassin's Creed 4 engine, and then we'll just put that on the old consoles. Now, eventually they upgraded it and put it on new consoles as well.
Apparently it's pretty good.
Apparently it's better than 4, but I just never had a reason to interface with it because I'd moved on. And now they're like, maybe Switch time.
Yeah.
We do some sea shanties.
Yeah.
Why not? So I thought that was kind of cool, and hopefully it's just like at a decent price, so I'm not paying for 2 full-time games because I'm not doing that. Dauntless coming to Switch. They're into the Animal Crossing stuff.
Yep. There's Animal Crossing.
Yep. I didn't really have a lot of feelings. Is that enough for you?
Yeah.
You think you're the only one with a care?
I mean, I have this much of a care.
That's more care than me.
Like, I'm not Amy.
I'd like to see what happens because you can... It was 4 players local co-op.
So I do know how this works
The 8-player stuff.
because it's how Animal Crossing has always worked.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have it's 4 players living on the same island on the same console. So you can have 4.
Oh yeah, you
4
share it
saves on
across
the same
across
system.
the
If you do cross console, you can have up to 8 people
Yeah.
visiting someone's island, basically, including the person
But
who owns
we
that island.
can't we can't say have it living on a server somewhere and us all just working independently on the island. And
So the
'cause
island
that
is
would
on
get
the
me to be
system.
interested.
The island's on the system. Anyone who plays on that system is on that island, effectively. There may be ways to have multiple save slots, but you can
Yeah.
generally do the
I
same
think-
system,
I
same
think-
island.
I think it's a pity if you can't
And
just
then-
roll a friends only island.
That
and
would be pretty
just
cool.
all work
Yeah.
on it. I mean,
Because
yeah.
used to with the DS version.
There may be a way to do that, but I believe it's just people visit.
someone
it's
just
people
someone would
visiting.
just have to leave their Switch
Yeah,
on
well,
all the time.
Yeah.
as
with
a
the,
server.
with the DS version, years ago when it used to be on the Penny Arcade forums, there was this little community that popped up of people that would leave on their DSs.
DS that you could just
And
go
then
over
it became, so I just leave my DS on all the time. So then people could just join it. And
Maybe someone just buys a mini, and they just lock that in. They just put it in a wall, and then they seal up the cavity,
dock it
and it
up.
just runs
Yeah.
the server.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish they
But
kind of
yeah,
do that. It would make me more interested, but I'm not.
It just looks like more Animal Crossing with extra features.
And then the final shock announcement: Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition coming to the Switch. When I started, I was like, so on the Wii, it was okay. I played it. Oh, I didn't. I just checked it out on the Wii once. I didn't play it, but I did get the 3DS version, which was better. But it's a tiny little screen, and I really wish that game was a bit bigger. Maybe say about that.
Maybe say Switch sized.
And I'm like, oh, good. So they're porting it. That's nice. But what I didn't realize until later, and I saw comparison videos, is that it's an update. It's it's that all the models are being updated. Everything's being revamped. It's significantly improved. And it was already kind of looking good game. I saw some people doing it on Dolphin Emulator, the original. It's like, oh boy, it'd be great if they just up-res the original. And they're not doing that. They're actually doing better than that.
that's good.
So, and I think Xenoblade Chronicles is better than Xenoblade 2. I think just Xenoblade 2 is so weirdly animated. And
This is the one with
also just-
the dumb fashion, wasn't it? Just the really weird clothes.
Oh, the first one had really weird
Yeah.
clothes, and that was great.
Yeah.
And with the second one, you couldn't because all the characters were set their look.
Yeah.
And you could change stuff, but nothing was visually represented, and it does make a difference. It does.
I've never understood the combat in a Xenoblade game.
No, I looked at it once and I was like,
I played
have no
it
idea
for
what's
about
going
5
on.
or 6
I don't know
hours.
what's going on?
I had no idea what was going on with that combat.
There's buttons and they're highlighted with stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I mean, I got halfway through Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and probably not halfway in the other one. I just wanted it bigger. Yeah, bigger. It's going to be bigger and better. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about some more video games that we played. Let's talk about.
What about this thing?
Oh, I suppose it is
'Cause
Nintendo.
It's on the back of Nintendo.
It wasn't in the direct, but it came out afterwards. Nintendo announced a thing. We can't give it a name because it doesn't have a name.
They haven't
yet.
given it a name.
It's the Nintendo bendy plastic hoop.
For kids.
For kids.
They have announced a bendy piece of circular plastic that you can put the Joy-Cons in, and you can stretch and
It's
swing
like a
it
resistance
You
thing.
can do
and
stuff.
do things with it, such
So-
as pretend to fire a bow and arrow,
Yeah.
or
Put it above your head and do this.
Squeeze
Yeah.
it between your legs.
your buttocks.
Or your buttocks.
Oh,
Or-
powdered toast, man! Here we come.
And there
it
was
like a hula hoop?
you can strap it one of the Joy-Cons to your leg.
Yeah, you can
as
put it
well.
on a leg. So the feeling is this may be attached to some sort of fitness program,
Wii
like
Fit
a Wii
slash
Fit
Wii
2
Sports.
or Switch Fit, I guess.
Switch Fit.
Yeah.
Finally get our vitality sensor.
Yeah. It's some weird piece of shit. But unfortunately
At least-
for us, between now and this being released, they will announce what it is.
We
I
could be
believe
wrong.
it's tomorrow our time.
It could be the craziest game we've ever seen.
I fucking hope so.
With the craziest control system we've
No,
ever
no,
seen.
no. All I want is it to start off and there's this curve going up to the horizon, and then basically the Halo music starts. And
It's a Halo.
and then suddenly two hands grab the Halo.
WarioWare Switch!
Holy fuck.
That would be
It's
pretty great.
happening.
WarioWare!
Anyway, that would be
That would
make me happy.
great.
that would be so amazing.
If it was WarioWare Switch, it'd be. Oh, just make WarioWare Switch with that thing. Why not? You got to fight over it.
Cool.
Like it just says,
Whoever can claim the hoop next plays the next game. Blood is allowed. It's a me.
yeah. So that thing is cool. What
Maybe
are you going to be
we-
called? What will Nintendo
what's
call
the
it?
name gonna
The
be?
swoop.
The swoop.
Because the good thing is that people will
it's a
know
Switch
by the
Troop?
time they hear
Yeah.
this. Okay. Oh, you got a pitch? For
I
me,
don't.
Sam?
I really don't.
The Xbox Infinite.
We got that first. Did you see my PlayStation 6?
They just need to go work out how fast Sony is
Warriors
trademarked
ring
up
of
to.
Yeah.
Just take the next one.
You thought 378 would be enough.
WarioWare, you bastard. Okay, nothing else. No, that's all Nintendo stuff. So, let's talk about a game that I've been playing on the Nintendo.
Yeah.
You been playing it on Nintendo?
I've put in 3 hours of it this afternoon.
Fuck yeah. So I had enough games, so I thought, gotta buy another game.
Yeah.
I bought Blasphemous. Blasphemous, I like to call Catholic Edgelord.
Yep. It sums it up.
So, have you played enough of it to know if I would hate it?
Don't you love it?
Because it looks
So good.
from what I've just been hearing, the edges of the conversation.
It's incredible.
I've been
It
getting
is-
very interested.
It is.
I think there's a lot of things about it you would like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's more. There's more you'd like than you would hate. I
Okay.
think that's what it is.
I just have no idea what's happening in the story, but I love everything about it.
Well, see, here's the thing, because the sentence has been thrown around a lot recently. It's like Dark Souls, but
yeah,
has happened a lot.
this has a lot
And
of.
This is like Dark Souls, but the thing it is most like Dark Souls in is that there is a lot of lore and absolutely no direction for that lore.
yeah. In fact,
There's just stuff and writing and things.
the important parts in which it's like Dark Souls aren't kind of the important parts that other things take
Yeah.
from Dark Souls. So you wake up, you are a character with a very, very cone head.
The pointiest
The
head.
pointiest of hats of all time. Now, first thing you do is fight a boss. It took me 2 goes.
First go.
But yeah, I almost got for it. And I was like, So it's like totally doable first person, not
Yeah.
too frustrating or anything. That opening cutscene, you then pour out that boss's blood into your helmet. You take off your big pointy helmet, fill it with blood, and then stick it back
Squish
on
it
your head.
and it squishes blood.
And this is the tone of the game. That's all.
I sit every single time a cutscene happens, and there's
They're
lots of
fucking
cutscenes.
incredible. It's the
I sit there and I
beautiful
think,
pixel art.
these are the guys that made Worms.
Is this Team
It's
17?
Team 17.
Oh, they actually developed
Are they
it.
develop or
developed
publish?
it.
Oh, I didn't realize.
They're not the publisher, they're the
Oh,
developers.
because I know they publish a lot these days.
Yeah, this is a developed game by Team
Wow.
17, and it is.
It is the most. Like
It's not what you think of when you think
if-
Team 17, that's for sure.
If Death Clock had commissioned a game to be made, they would have received this and said like, too brutal.
It is. It's very full on.
Like the parry system often puts people into like an execution
there's
mode,
executions.
where there's this incredibly
They're-
elaborate animations just tearing those people from.
Okay.
It is.
And you're doing it because you're very pious.
You're a penitent one. I
You're
think that's the
penitent
title
one.
you've
That's what
got
they call
here.
it,
You're a
yes.
penitent one.
Okay,
There's a lot
so
of
let's-
religious undertone.
Let's talk about the and overtone
And overtone.
and just tone.
It's just religious.
just across the entire tone board. But then also can't really tie it to any actual religion. It's just very
A lot of
themed.
theme.
As I said, Catholic Edgelord. So, side scroller. It is Metroidvania. Okay, it has a Metroid map. It fills out. It's very clear where you're going, what to do, how everything connects. It's there. No mystery to it. Don't have the Hollow Knight thing about like, oh, where do we go or anything like that. That's very traditional. Combat wise, very basic combat at the beginning. You can unlock more skills as you get more stuff. You get more souls and everything. What do they call it?
Tiers.
Tiers. They're the tiers.
Pious tears.
Yeah, pious tears. And you also get your mana. But it's not mana, it's
I can't remember what the mine
Guilt.
Is it, no, yeah, it's guilt because vigor is health. That's right. Yeah. Did you notice the name of the
Oh,
sword?
oh.
I'm sure you've
So,
noticed the name
is
of
it-
the
what's the
sword.
name? What's the name of the
The name
sword?
of the sword is Mea Culpa.
Yeah.
So, it's your guilt? Is it like you're a guilty
Yes.
Catholic?
Yes,
and you
yeah.
spend your guilt.
To do magic spells.
Yeah, to do magic spells.
This is amazing.
You get guilt by slaughtering people.
Well, yeah.
The other best part, which is the Dark Souls-ish, one of the Dark Souls-ish mechanics, is when you die, you drop some guilt.
Yeah.
Fragments of guilt, which lowers your maximum guilt bar until you go retrieve the guilt.
Okay.
Unlike Dark Souls, you can lose more than one set, and they just stay on the map too.
Yeah. Like you
Ah,
might. So
okay,
it's
yeah.
almost like when you're like toxic
You just
in
leave guilt
Dark
everywhere.
Souls,
Yeah.
where it's like it like halves it and halves. So you can keep getting less and less maximum guilt.
So you can go pick it back up again.
Yeah, but it just might be spread all over
Yeah.
the map. It might be a few different places you died. If you die on the same screen, though, it combine into one. But here's the thing: so you die. What happens in Dark Souls?
You go back to the bonfire.
And also, what do you lose?
Your guilt or your souls, your tears,
your
or whatever.
currency.
Yeah.
Nope.
Just go back.
They just let you keep it
Okay.
because who wants to just go and farm shit and everything?
Yeah.
May as well keep your stuff. And in fact, because you got to play that stuff again, you'll get a little bit extra going back there. So that feels really nice. It's actually quite a generous game in that sort of sense. The parry system is weird.
It's the first time I've successfully parried in a Souls-like game.
I parry all the time because the block isn't like a hold up the block. It's an active block, but you got a little bit of time, so it's relatively easy to time. But it sort of it just parries by default. Now there is a timing involved, which puts them into that execution mode. But by default, every block is a parry, so it keeps you kind of aggressive and moving forward, and you can dodge through. You can dodge through enemies with the little dodge and.
Yeah, it's
like-
a slide, not a combat roll. So
Yes,
there's
it's a
some stuff you can't slide through.
Yes, you can't slide through everything. But often, like a boss, you can't slide through. But when they lift a leg to stomp you, you can slide through the other leg and stuff like that. I'm really, really enjoying myself so far. Basically, it's not hard. It's challenging, but it's not like you're not banging your head against the wall. Like I think we're about the same spot. We just did a boss.
Yep.
It took me like 6 attempts. Enough that I was like, "Ooh, I'll get you this time." Puts the checkpoint right before the boss.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Yeah,
nice.
And one right after.
And yeah.
It's like literally either side.
Yeah. All these things is like, I know there was a difficult part I was moving through that had a whole bunch of traps and everything. You had to walk through sort of an obstacle course, and every time you got through a bit, you'd open up a shortcut, which went back to the save room. So you only had to do like a little bit at once.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't have to do the whole thing.
loops.
Yeah.
The whole Metroidvania Dark Souls thing of just opening up secrets to get back to other places. And you're finding all these items, and sometimes they're just collectibles that are just lore. There's like nothing about it other than a thing of description, and every item you get has a description of the item, and then another button for the description of lore. It's like, and like you can do things like you attach things to the core of your sword. Like there's a lot of customized, like you put things on your rosemary beads, and you've got your sword, all very religious things. But like the ones you put in your sword all have a detriment. So the first one you get, at least in my game, I assume is makes your block period a little bit longer. So you got a little bit of a bigger window to parry. Great. But leaves your vulnerable state afterwards, after you try to dodge, a little bit longer. So everything has a trade-off with it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool. And whilst I'm getting the timing down, I've left that on for now. I don't have any other options anyway, so it's kind of fun to play with. I can pretty much block everything that comes at me. Everything is brutal and violent and hilarious.
And it's gorgeous art. Absolutely
It's
gorgeous art.
wonderful
Beautifully
art.
animated.
How's the performance?
It runs perfectly on the Switch. Though.
Yeah, I haven't seen any drops.
Yeah, really smooth, and like the animation really sells it. It's maybe not quite as nice and smooth as Dead Cells, but it's a different kind.
It's
of
not.
thing
It's
as
not
well.
as fast paced as Dead Cells.
Yeah, it doesn't quite have that pace.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that. Actually, I guess some people would be a preference because Dark Souls has almost that like over animated movement to it. This is much more understated whilst being fucking crazy. Oh boy, do I just want to explain some of the enemies
good.
and stuff, and
Oh,
some
one
of the terrible executions you do to
one
people.
of the big quality of life things I'm enjoying about it, being a Metroidvania type Souls-ish game, is that enemies don't respawn when you go into rooms.
Oh yeah, so that's
They only respawn when you rest, like Dark Souls.
yeah. So that's like one of the things you take from
okay,
Dark
yeah,
Souls.
So if you don't rest,
You're
and
fine.
you've killed enemies
Yeah.
in rooms, and you have to go back through a room.
Yeah, just
there's no enemies
traverse
there.
through.
It's great.
Yeah, it's like in Castlevania, you might want to farm something, so you just keep going in and out of the room. But sometimes you just want to traverse.
Yeah.
It's so much nicer to
And
just
being able to
go
basically
through
make
an
that
area.
choice is like, oh, if I don't rest, I can just keep exploring and not have to worry. Like, oh, there was a room and there's 5 doorways out of it. I don't know where they go. In a traditional game like this, you then have to fucking fight something every time you went back in that room. Just leave it open. Go check every door. And yeah, the design of the world building in it is tremendous. As I say, I have no idea what's going on. I know what my goal is.
How is it compared to...
You immediately know what the goal is.
Salt and Sanctuary?
Way more readable. I mean, Salt and Sanctuary was a little, like, sort of murky in its style. I mean, that's their sort of art style.
Structure-wise?
It's more directed.
Okay.
It's more of a traditional Metroidvania. As I say, it is more Metroidvania than it is Dark Souls.
Okay.
It just takes, like, the bonfire idea, the leaving something behind, even though it's not your currency. And yeah, because Salt and Sanctuary was a 2D Dark Souls. I don't think this is a 2D Dark Souls. I think this is its own thing. It's quite different. Combat's very different. I mean, I still do a little bit of waiting for people to swing at me so I can parry them because it's so much more powerful. But as I get more abilities, like I have...
the lunge attack is pretty OP.
Yeah. But I assume that's going to only be OP for a little while. And
you upgraded it.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yes, it's very, very cool so far. And every time something happens, you walk into a room with just like some crazy thing in front of you, and then you walk up and you're like, please be a cutscene.
Yeah, the cutscenes are... Oof.
Some of the...
There's some weird shit going on.
These guys are fantastic. I have so many smiles.
This is the game with the woman with too many swords.
Yeah. Okay. Most you encounter, and she goes like, "Hello, I have too many swords," but they're all through her body.
Yeah.
She's like, "Please take one."
Take a
she pulls
sword.
one out and gives it to you.
And you know, even describing it can't really spoil
No,
it because
it's-
holy shit, you need to see it. It is good, and just like you when the game starts and you're just in this building of thousands and thousands of corpses just like you.
Did you notice? I noticed. You're the only one with any clothes on in that
Yeah,
file.
yeah.
There's thousands of naked corpses just like you.
There's a lot of nudity,
And you're laying there in clothes.
That's how you survived.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got clothes armor. It's the trick.
Quite the experience so
Okay.
far. I do
How
not
much?
regret.
How much?
$37.50.
Okay. It's an acceptable price.
I got given a key though.
Oh, I was going to say it's not that expensive. It's like $32.
That's even more.
But it
reasonable price.
has a discount. At the
Oh
moment.
yeah, it's on discount at
Yeah.
the moment. Yeah, that's full price. It's 37.
Yeah,
But I had a nice person give me a key.
that's nice.
Yes.
James, what's on your list that we haven't covered yet? Do you need to look at your list?
Gimme. What do I need to care about? Because I've actually been like replaying much stuff I've been playing for a while.
So UT99 is a nice relevant new game.
Yeah, like UT99.
When's that from?
Around 99. No, there was a new mobile game I started playing called Second Galaxy, which just came out a couple of days ago, which is, at least artistically, a complete Eve ripoff.
Oh, yeah, you're telling me about
Yeah,
this.
yeah. And not in a like, oh, we're kind of like inspired by the
Just
same
straight
kind of
rip.
stuff. It's like the icon style is exactly the same. The faction arts, like I've been playing, which is basically called they're called like the Oracle or something or other, but they're based off the Amar from Eve or whatever you pronounce it. They've got like kind of like these white kind of like organic kind of like curves with kind of gold trimming. It's like it's all the same. So yeah, they're kind of like they're not pretending to not be an Eve ripoff. Which interestingly, Eve has their own mobile game coming out, Eve Echoes,
Yeah, they do.
later this year. So I think they're trying to beat them out. I've played maybe a good couple of hours of it so far, enough to kind of start to get a feel for it. I don't mind it. It's I think because I like space stuff. It looks nice, like it runs well. I've played a lot of these kind of mobile MMOs, and a lot of them have auto attack. Because they're basically clickers. But in a space game, it kind of works, auto attack, especially when you're being Eve, because Eve is about go orbit at 5 kilometers or whatever it is and fire weapons.
I know when I worked at Kicksai, like that was a big thing in Vega Conflict. It was just like you get through most things just like letting your stuff do its thing.
Yeah.
Just send
Yeah.
it towards an object and then
Yeah.
just let it do it.
Yeah.
Like some of the really high level stuff you have to micromanage, but Mostly you didn't need to.
Yeah, and I think in the context of a space
It
game, it
works.
kind of works because
Yeah.
it's actually something I find a little bit
Just
distracting.
imagine yourself as the fleet commander.
Even
and
like
you're letting
playing
the ships do their thing.
even playing like Elite Dangerous and things like that, where I really enjoy the kind of the using the joystick and the throttle and all that. If it's in the future,
Why would
these
we have
things
those controls?
these things will not have controls. Like
You just
it's-
think about what you want to do.
Yeah, like it's not. It makes no sense for them to have manual control over these things. So I don't mind it so much in space games. But yeah, and the basic thing is there's different options for like you can go do bounties or you can do mining or you can do like they've got that kind of basic stuff. The exploration and mining, it's all a bit samey. Like I'm not sure if it's going to end up being mechanically these three things are kind of the same thing, where it's really go to the place, tap on the thing, hit the mine button, wait. At least like with the combat, it feels a bit more active. Like I'm kind of picking my targets. Like there might be a sniper. Like all right, I'll take that one down first. Yeah, I don't know, for like a little like pocket space game, which doesn't cost anything. At least so far, I haven't hit any walls. It's a Chinese game, which means the translations can often be a bit crap. This one is okay. Like it's still like the English is a bit broken, but the actual story it's telling is okay. Like I'm kind of interested in what's going on, which is more than I can say for a lot of these stories in these kind of free-to-play mobile games. Oh, I'm sorry I'm keeping you up, Paul.
Stories.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry. I was trying to
Stories.
not yawn. I was trying to not be rude.
Oh, well, you
failed.
failed.
But okay, you know what I was thinking about?
What?
Play some Blasphemous, man.
No, when you were saying like one of these pocket space games, I was imagining it was a game like subculture
Pocket
happened
space.
inside
Inside a pocket. That would be fantastic.
And yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, this
Playing
infinite
little
space.
dust motes.
Yeah. Let's play pocket space.
Yeah, you
Pretty
gotta
fun.
mine the lint asteroids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole universe in your pocket.
Yeah.
You mean it's on my phone?
Oh,
no.
the black hole. It's an actual hole in
we
the
live
pocket.
at we live at the old expired condom.
Ugh.
Oh, that's actually a really cool universe. I like that as a premise. Yeah, it's called Second Galaxy. Yeah, it's out there. It's free. If you like space games, I don't mind it. There's lots of ships to buy and fly around and you customize them. I've already got like this will be my engineering ship. Or this will be my mining ship. Like I'm already doing that. But yeah, I don't know at what point the
Thought
giant
it was the avert now.
the giant paywall will come in. Like I know
Yeah,
it's coming.
It's in there somewhere,
Yeah.
right?
Never. It's never coming.
Yeah.
They've been very successful. So it's
Yeah.
it's a gift to
They've
you.
already taken your credit card
Yeah.
details. You haven't even.
Oh,
noticed.
I've already given them $1.50.
There it
The,
is then. That's it. You've jumped over the
Yeah.
paywall.
If that's our body paywall, I'm okay with that.
Oh no, they have your details now.
They've been announcing the details for Shenmue 3.
The wall is
people
the
that
door.
Want, people that want refunds because they're going to Epic Game Store, and apparently Epic Game Store is the ones fitting the bill for the people that want the refunds.
Oh, really?
Which I don't understand why they're doing that.
Okay.
But
Oh,
oh
Because
well.
they're trying to be the nice people.
Exactly. They have enough money.
They're trying to gain good
That's-
credit, and
exactly.
they're rolling in cash anyway.
I like Epic Game Store.
I don't
All
mind
those
it.
free
It's
games.
fine.
I get free stuff and
It's
they
curated.
This curated. Oh God.
Yeah.
God.
It's pretty good.
So that's all I want. I just want. That's what Steam just needs to come back and go. You know what? We're
I just
gonna
want
curate.
a list of good stuff.
That's it. It's how hard to be on our platform again.
Okay. Let's do some non-Apple and non-Nintendo news.
Was there any?
Death Stranding
Oh yeah, there was.
will have a 49-minute trailer at TGS.
In that 49
Oh.
minutes, will we understand what the game is?
Well, maybe not.
Doubtful.
Because this week Kojima said that he doesn't fully understand what Death Stranding is. He also said it will be getting a very easy mode for people that just want to appreciate the story.
Okay, good.
Whatever that story happens to be.
Whatever the hell it's about.
Kojima doesn't know that part either.
No.
Okay,
He's actually just been making a whole thing blind.
There was some fun PT news.
Yes.
Yeah.
As
Is it back?
PT's back, and this time in POG form. But no, a hacker managed to manipulate the camera in-game and discovered a fun thing.
Mm.
So the whole time you're playing the game, the character Lisa is behind the player character. There is an actual model that follows you around the entire game.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
But why?
Okay.
So sometimes it makes certain shadows and
Yeah.
everything. So
They
like
just stick a model behind.
yeah, and I guess they like might use it to
Just
spawn like some
cheaty
like
game
sound
dev.
playing from
Yeah.
or something, just like some weird like
Man.
I don't know why
Hey,
you would physically put
no,
it there.
that is 100% hashtag game
cheaty
dev
game
Yeah,
dev.
right there.
Yeah. We have had an announcement of I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator.
Storming the internet.
Yes, we're getting finally getting our KFC dating sim, which is going to be very
And KFC
exciting.
has a
Sponsored
history
by KFC.
of making interesting games. Look, I had their VR game, their VR training game,
Yeah, they did,
which
didn't
was
they?
actually had really high production values. It looked really good.
Yeah, I remember when they had that sort of bus
like-
that they made that you like a training simulator. Oh wait, that was an episode of Community. Fuck.
They do like to throw marketing money at things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Akumi Nakamura, who everyone knows as the incredibly cute developer from E3 with her game. It's what Tokyo Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yep.
I've got it there. Which one is it?
Ghostwire
Ghostwire Tokyo. And the protege of Mikami has left Tango Gameworks when she was the creative director.
That's a big person to leave.
And
not good for that.
she didn't leave saying, like, I've got this new job. She said, anyone that wants to work with me, please drop me a line.
Ooh.
So something is rotten.
Yeah.
Because that's fucking weird.
Mm.
She is a huge resume.
Yeah.
She's been working with Mikami for a while. She was at Platinum. We're working with Bayonetta. She's, done Evil Within, all that stuff. This was her real baby, and she's gone well before that baby is done. So
Something happened.
Yep. I hope nothing too terrible. But yeah, because she's just so bubbly. There's a reason. It was her and Keanu with the stars.
Good mood.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll see what happens with that game. Because we still haven't seen gameplay of that. We've just sort of seen the concept. And that was the other one. So James and I have still been playing Control.
Yep.
We haven't got episode 3 of our game club up yet, just because life is in the way.
Recorded next
We're waiting
week sometime,
to
I
record
think.
it. It'll be 4 episodes all up
Yep.
at the end of it. The way we've split up the game, and now we know how long it actually is going to be. At the moment, I think we're both in a little bit of a lull in the game. We're kind of ready for it to find its conclusion.
Yeah, I'm ready to wrap it up.
So, Control news. Control has announced that there will be 2 expansions next year, paid expansions, story-based, which will just be adding new areas and new story to the oldest house, which actually seems like a pretty good way to extend it. And the way they sort of built it almost as a live game, being able to put that stuff in could be pretty good, but hopefully we're not just burnt out. But with that gap between it,
might
be good.
Maybe see what goes.
There's a very good chance that some of that stuff will tie directly to Alan Wake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because there is Alan Wake Easter eggs in the game, and I believe one of the expansions was referenced.
There's even some I'm pretty sure there's Max Payne references in there.
Probably,
yeah.
But I think they're more jokey and less. This directly ties into the like they directly say the events that happen. Alan Wake were AWE.
Yeah,
it's just like okay,
yeah.
Like it's.
I can see how to fit into that universe.
It's basically they can put anything they want.
Well, that's the thing about a game
the
like
whole
this.
thing.
It can be any. As soon as you go to this kind of dimensional stuff, it's like
Yeah,
you
like,
can
it
do
was
whatever.
It was a different dimension, but the same world. Okay, great, whatever. It's how everything is the Dark Tower.
Yeah.
Like, just get away with anything. You can say it. So, yes, hopefully that'll be good. I'm enjoying it. I'm just so many other games to play, including
So many.
Creature in the Well.
I have no idea what this is.
Creature in the Well is a action pinball game
Yes.
They're words that you like.
where I would say the art style is a little
I've been
bit
looking forward to
poster
this.
art, like limited color. I mean, I wouldn't describe it as cell shaded. It's more that sort of graphic novel. Yeah, like poster art, like you've put like a 3-color filter over a photo or something. You are an engineer, a robot that has awoken in a small town that exists in the desert in the middle of a sandstorm, and there is nothing that exists in this world other than this town and the mountain. And in the mountain and in the well lives the creature, which is this thing you can't quite see with big claws and big shiny eyes that doesn't like you and doesn't want you to start the machine in the mountain. And all the townsfolk are scared of you, and every time you die, you get picked up by the creature, and it reaches out of the well in the middle of the town and it tosses you out. So whilst it's an antagonist and it sometimes battles you, it's also not like... It's also kind of like not like throwing you away or anything. There's a weird relationship there. So how does this game work? Really weird, and I'm still getting my head around how it functions.
So it's pinball.
Yeah, so you run around, let's say Zelda style. You're in dungeons, you go room to room. A lot of those rooms are basically pinball boards. And they say pinball a lot. It's more geometry bouncing
It's
stuff.
Pong. Pong boards.
Kind of.
But not.
You have 2 attacks. You have basically hit the ball, and you have one that will hold the ball in front of you and charge it up. Because you're trying to charge up with electricity all the elements in the mountain to pursue through and turn on all the ancient machinery. But a lot of these things are bouncing paddles and things like that, and other things that fire projectiles at you, which you can bounce back and do that. And then you'll end up having geometric puzzles where stand somewhere, you wait for something to come to you that activates something so you can hit it off at another angle. You get different equipment that gives you slightly different abilities, like building up energy in different ways, and it's just that it's so unique. And I keep calling it pinball, but as I say, it's not. Like, you don't play it like pinball. There's no paddles the way you would have paddles or anything. It's just a little bit weird to sometimes get your head, and I feel like the game's quite slow onboarding you because, like, by the time this gets actually demanding, it's going to be fucking nuts. Yeah. So let's take it slowly. But yeah, it's a really strong, striking art style, and yeah, it's just a bit weird. It does like sort of the storytelling thing that we generally like now, which is letting you go without really explaining anything and letting you sort of discover as you go along. The world is a little bit sameish because it has to have this pinball stuff everywhere. But yeah, I'm just intrigued to keep playing at the moment. I'm not having as much instant fun as I am with something like Blasphemous. But that's a game that I just recognize. Yeah. I'm like, this stuff works the way I want it to work. And, it has surprises as I go. This is more like, I don't know how this works. Because there's not a lot of penalty to failure.
What was the other pinball platformer that you played?
You mean Yoku's Island Express?
Yeah, Yoku's Island Express.
That was pinball.
Because that was pinball.
Yeah. And platformer.
Yeah.
So it was very recognizable to me. They keep saying pinball in the marketing materials. I think it...
It's saying pinball because there's balls in the background and there's elements of pinball.
But it's not... I mean, maybe a bit breakout more than pinball,
but... Because is there is it top down?
It's top down, but it's not like the balls don't roll down.
Well, that's why I struggle with the word pinball because
that's
pinball,
what I think. It doesn't help. I need a better descriptor because their description, because they always say pinball themselves. I think it's bad because it doesn't convey the game, but I also don't have the words to properly convey it. Yeah, it's a geometric bouncing puzzle. You know those. It's bumper pool.
Bumper pool.
It's weird.
Okay.
I'm having fun with it, but I'm not loving it at the moment.
There's no Blasphemous.
I feel like because Blasphemous is so directly fun.
Yeah,
like it's so over the top, and and this is just more like a subtle thing, like working its way in. And it's intriguing, and you're not quite sure how the world works, and working that out is part of the fun. But less immediately, having a good time, and more like, I don't know what this is, and sort of waiting for the gameplay to get more clever. But I'm also not good enough at the controls yet to like put things at the right angle every time, and that's what you learn to do. And I think at the moment I'm spending a bit too much making sure I like get every bit of power out of every element of every room, and I don't think you really need to be that specific about it. But yeah, that's where I'm learning. It's a real interesting game, and certainly nothing else like it, which is partly why it's hard to describe. But yeah, Creature in the Well. I'm playing it on Switch, but it's on Xbox Game Pass as well, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you can have a go and just see. Yes. Okay. What else do we want to talk about? Anything on for anyone? There's other things on your list, but I don't know how.
I don't think they're that important.
We lost a bit of time to our kerfuffle.
Coughing. So I did kind of load up Elite again. And I've been playing that a little bit. By a little bit, I mean like 5 or 6 hours, I guess. Probably more. But anyway, I thought like one of the things I was doing...
sleeping.
It's like one planet trip.
One of the things I was doing was deep core mining. Which is where basically you get to an asteroid belt and you spend about an hour slowly moving through it, scanning asteroids.
Ooh,
that sounds fun.
When you find the asteroid, you get excited.
The one specific asteroid
because you found. Well, you just have to find void opals. They're the sweet spot. So when you find your void opals, you get this little mini game where you have to basically put charges in different places around the asteroid. You have to match up the intensity. So you have to hold down the button for like I love how much you're trying to not yawn. It's amazing.
Was this a Bruce Willis movie? It's Armageddon, right?
It's actually, given the whole game is about piloting the ship, you need a bit of skill to do
pilot
it
the ship,
because you've
yeah,
got 2 minutes to basically do this, and which involves it might be rotating, so you have to match the rotation, and it's actually once I kind of got the hang of it, it's a good system for the game because it's all about fine control with piloting.
Okay.
So it's cool, and I thought I'll try this in VR.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't using VR at the time. Because a big part of it is you're in your ship looking at asteroids, inspecting them, going, I think that one's got fissures on it. I'll go check it out and throw a limpet at it. And that's what you do. So I thought, okay, put it on VR. And immediately I put it on VR, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Because I get the sense of scale.
Then you're in space.
I'm looking around, and I can see, I can just quickly turn my head left and right to kind of see what's going on.
Wow.
I can, kind of even, it doesn't help much, but I can actually kind of lean towards the asteroid a little bit and go, okay, is that one? One I'm after. Kind of squint at it. And this is where it became a problem.
Yeah.
Because if I'm in a car and I'm inspecting what's going around me, my eyes, little irises, are going in and out and adjusting the amount of light and focusing and all that kind of
But your
stuff.
screen's in one spot.
VR is not like that.
It's one
VR,
screen.
the screen is right in front of you. And so
One focal point.
with one focal point. And so here I am trying to survey the horizon, fighting my eyes as they're going, oh, you want to look at that thing in the distance? Let me close. Oh, no. After about 10, 15 minutes of this, I have never had so much eye pain as I have. I'm normally okay with VR. I had to. I found a void opal thing, and it can take a long time to find these things. Okay, I want to mine this thing, but my eyes feel like they're on fire, and so I'm kind of rotating around it, lifting it up, taking a break, and going back to it, and then because once you mine it, and I did it, I cracked the opal, I cracked the asteroid open. It's okay, good. I can take a little bit of a breather, except anything that's floating will disappear after a while, and these things are worth a shitload. So I'm putting it down, trying to get close to it. Lifting the thing up again, all right, go little limpet drones.
Why
Go.
didn't you just turn off VR and play
Because I only can do that by quitting. Yeah, that was my problem.
No toggle.
So while it was amazing, and it is one of the best VR games I've played if you want that, because there's no other space
if you want
game.
your eyes to burn.
There's no other space game like Elite in terms of
Put it
selling
on
the
the box.
fantasy of flying a spaceship. So VR works incredibly well, except when you're trying to scan horizon with screens which are here, an inch from your eyes. And eyes do not work like that.
No.
That is not mechanically how eyes work. But yeah, I haven't had pain like that in my eyes ever before.
Lucky
So-
boy.
Something we can put on the box,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Never had so much pain in my eyes. 10 out of 10.
Elite Dangerous VR.
Yeah.
Okay. Quite the ringing endorsement.
See, that's an interesting thing on the VR stuff, right? Because there's a lot of changes happening with that tech in terms of eye tracking and doing, I've forgotten the word for it, but the distance focusing.
That's a really. I really hope they can
on
nail
the
that.
screens based on where you're looking. But
Yeah.
it doesn't change the fact that you're still focusing on one focal point.
And I don't know if eventually
real
my eyes would
solution
just adjust.
Yeah.
The brain's a pretty flexible thing.
if you're doing it enough, I guess.
I probably would just train my eyes
but
to do
then,
it.
then you come out of it and you're trying to look at a mountain in
that's
real
what
life.
it was when I actually thought about how it changes the behavior of your eyes. Was where I started wondering, could this actually do legit damage? Are you effectively training your eyes to do
Just to
something
not
they're
focus
not meant to?
properly,
Yeah, you're
yeah.
training your eyes to not focus.
Well, then you
I
just
don't
wear
know.
a VR headset everywhere.
Yeah, just need
With the
pass
camera.
through.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pass
yeah,
through,
yeah.
It's a problem that solves itself.
It'd be interesting to see where that kind of thing goes.
Mm.
Or not
'Cause it
see
is like
because
a-
of your damage.
Because of
Why
my,
not?
my damaged eyes. Yeah.
It'd be interesting to hear about.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we call that a show?
Yes.
Okay, friends, thank you for watching and listening to 8.5 Bit. You can catch us on our website, 8.5bit.com, our Twitter, Facebook. Please like and share anything like that. Subscribe to us on whatever the hell you want. Join us on our Discord if you want to do that sort of thing. We'll catch you all again later, folks. I've been your host, Paul.
I've been Sam.
And I've been James.
And I already said catch you later, so you just click.
See you, everyone.
So it's a platinum game. Big thing is, yes, you have these chimera. They are creatures from another dimension, and they are locked to you by the Astral chain. And the fighting system's quite different for a platinum game. It's not so much. I mean, it has some sort of combos, but it's not the same sort of Bayonetta style of learning move sets and everything. You control both characters at once. You can pull the Chimera in and out. But there's fun things like you can run the Chimera around an enemy and it will lock them up. Or if they're going to do like a bull charge,
You can put the chain between.
you can
and,
pull the chain, you can clothesline them. But those are like the two main chain moves
I
you
wasn't
do
expecting
To
that.
start
Like,
with, yeah.
to start with, and
Yeah.
then there's like you're pulling people around and doing stuff, wacky, But that just kind of works and it's fun. Like
It flows really nice.
the first fight, I did an accidental clothesline. I'm like, what did I just do? So other than me just explaining it, how are we going with Astral Chain?
so I am early. I finished the first level. I assume that you're further
First
along.
file.
First, yes, the first file.
Yes, because the first level is like you just get
and
at the end of it.
and it's quite episodic. And actually, one of the things that's kind of stopped me from going back to it is it was quite a chunk of.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like,
They're long.
they're long.
Because it's only there's still a few files.
I've done a few of them.
and
They're pretty chunky.
and it's
I hear it's like sort of 25 hour to like
For the
master.
whole
and it's actually kind of stopped me from because I think for like that kind because I've been playing it on the P plus difficulty, which I felt actually doing pretty good. At least
Yeah, that's
early
what
on.
Casual is a little bit too easy.
Yeah, like I'm still dying, but not too much. Like the boss battles feel about right. Like I don't know, it feels like a good difficulty, but it's still quite tense when I'm doing it. So I just find like it's a bit of a not so much a chore, but something fell over.
Knocked over my water bottle.
Oh, what's
And of course, I have a big old sealed water bottle.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up.
Show everyone. No, that is a pretty big one.
Big chunky boy.
It's actually stopped me from going back to it so much. Simply the
Yeah,
commitment.
see, the reason I've done I think I've done 3 files now is because I did it all in one playthrough, sort of one sitting. Because I got it and I was enjoying myself, so I did all the file 1.
Yeah.
I went, alright, I got to the next one, did all that. And I started file 3, and then stupidly, after experiencing how long the first 2 were, I went, you know what? I'm just going to finish file 3, and then I'll stop for the night and go to bed. And then, like, 3 or 4 hours later, I finished file 3.
And they do have save points in the middle.
Yeah, you don't have to play it in one shot.
Yeah,
It's also a switch you can just turn on at any time.
But it's weird.
It's credit to the game that I didn't want to
I
stop
think
halfway through.
because it is the pacing of it does seem to be really good in wanting you, maybe not really giving you the breather to want to stop, or like even if it does slow down and goes into like more investigation modes, I still kind of went, oh, okay, well I'll kind of go check it out, and this is long enough for me to get to the next kind of hook.
I'm trying to be fairly completionist with it as much as you can. The first run through of Platinum game anyway, you have to go back later to get everything.
Yeah, because even in the first level, there's stuff I can't do
you
yet.
You use your Batman vision. It's like you need it differently.
Oh yeah, there's Batman. There's Batman vision in the game.
Yeah.
You go into your super secret spy
Which is
eye.
one of my
Which one's called now?
Yeah,
Detective mode.
Yeah, which is I don't know, one of my pet peeves. I don't like it as a mode. I think it's a bit.
I feel like
Well, there's not a lot to do necessarily.
Well, it's just a bit. I kind of want to say lazy. Like you there's stuff you want to communicate that you have to through a different vision mode, and you end up with that weird thing where you got to kind of
toggling
between them, and I just find the whole thing a bit.
Yeah, I found playing.
But what about using the camera to take pictures?
That's fine. Lots of selfies. Because you get information.
Exactly.
You get lore.
It's so
You gotta take selfies with everything.
so much lore. So many lore in all the games tonight as well.
Yeah, I found a lot of times playing it like outside of those little kind of detective investigation zones. There was always points where I felt like it was time limited, even though I knew I wasn't. Like, just because of the way the pacing, what was going on, and the music that was kicking in, I was like, I need to hurry and finish this thing and do all these battles. But I don't have to.
No.
I just wander around doing whatever I want for a while.
Yeah, well, it's like the first file is it's like, oh, we've got to go chase down this thing. It's like, but you don't.
Yeah.
No,
You can't
just stroll around,
walk
fathom
around
out.
looking for all the collectibles and everything, and I kind of hate that about video games. It's like it's been a real pet peeve for me, especially like Control, especially. And
There's no real time constraint.
well, no, not the lack of time constraint. It's just that like you're not really there for the environment. You're there to walk around the corners of the environment to find where they've put a box.
Oh yeah.
It's like, why does this matter? Like that is why sorry to bring it up as good game design, but Breath of the Wild was so good because you'd find a thing to use,
Yeah.
something with a twist to it, or like, oh cool, I found a really powerful weapon that sure it'll be damaged and it'll break in 5 minutes, but I found something to do.
Yeah.
Especially in like
Maybe the
if
difference,
it's like when you're just opening a box, it just has a resource that
yeah.
later on in the game you'll be able to use this resource to unlock something. Like I don't know what any of this
Maybe the
means.
difference with Breath of the Wild was that it would be you'd naturally want to explore it,
Yes.
and you would find something.
Mm.
It wouldn't be let's bring up the markers to hunt around or let's check all the corners.
Yes. Yes.
It's there's a rock on that hill.
So what's that
That
up there?
It's interesting. I'm going to check out the rock, and it'd just be little whatever the name of those little things were with the little mini games. But yeah, it's something.
Yeah, it would reward investigating and noticing something. Whilst I'm going to say the majority of games just
It's a
go,
little bit of a chore.
yeah, they go like, hey, we put a split corridor here, and down one way is the way forward, and down the other way is a toilet, and that toilet may be a collectible, but also might just be a toilet.
Yeah.
Why did we really need the toilet? Why did it need to be there? And also, you get that thing in games where you go, oh, okay, well, there's a split here. I'll start going, and it's like, oh no, I've gone too far. This must be the right way. I better go back. I've accidentally gone the right way. It's like,
That's one of the things I loved in Bioshock Infinite was the show where to go button.
uh-huh.
Because then at least when I'm exploring that environment, I could go away
You could go
from
opposite.
it. Yeah. It's like, well, I know. Yeah, I'm going to check it over here first.
It's like if you start a side scroller, what's the first thing you do?
You go backwards.
Exactly. Just in case there's something,
You
Yeah.
never know.
or to find out if you can.
Could be something to the left.
Yeah. It's like, why do we? Like that one's like a more forgivable thing because it's so ingrained in culture and the genre. Like, is this a fun mechanic? Really?
Mm.
I think that's what I find like when we're in control at the moment. I'm like, I just need resources, but I don't know what those resources are or how to find them. I guess I'll just walk into every bathroom and hope somebody
Because
left
all
a
the
box
things.
there. Oh, good. Anyway, we're talking about Astral Chain,
Yeah.
and it also has some boxes.
If
with
you
cards.
want your
It's got a lot
automatic
of
control,
boxes.
there's
And
a-
toilets, actually.
Yeah.
Every
Oh,
file
there's
has got a toilet.
There's a toilet fairy,
Oh, there is. I did like the toilet there.
and there's a police dog in the station.
The
Or it's
police dog is
a lady
very
in a police dog mascot costume.
I've really enjoyed that little segment, actually.
I-
It was terrifyingly hilarious.
I like all the writing. I like all the other characters.
They've done a really good job on making every character but you,
Yes.
like, have a good
Why
personality.
can't you do?
Just one more was all that was needed.
It's because what I sort of want, and what I kind of thought when they first announced the game was that, and they said it has multiplayer. I was like, oh, why don't you get to go
Yeah.
brother and sister? You can both be unique characters.
Nope.
Have you tried the multiplayer?
I'm not, no.
I'm not particularly interested in it once I found out what it was, which is the other person controls the Chimera. So it's like, oh, so I'm playing one half of a very basic.
Like half the game.
Yeah.
Now, and also, yeah, it's going to be hard to. Yeah.
And also, only one of you gets camera control.
Mm.
Well, I
Doesn't
get to
work.
control the camera.
I'm-
Doesn't work.
I'm actually kind of tempted just to go and play it on easy.
Mm,
Just
to get
to
through
go
it.
through it because it is quite charming.
I'm
And
definitely finding it fun. Regardless
Yeah.
of its all its little nitpicky things, I'm still enjoying it immensely.
I think it looks great.
I
It
find,
looks fabulous.
It plays
for a
very
Switch
well.
I
Like,
find I have some problems with the frame rate. I think it gets.
I
a
haven't
bit
run
low.
into anything like that yet.
Yeah.
But then I think I'm more tolerant of.
One drop.
Yeah, especially during
One
the
main
first
drop.
file, there's like a big fight at the end. That was dropping well below 30.
Oh, I spent the entire time going like, look at this. This is amazing. Wow. I love that fight.
But
It's
yeah,
fucking cool.
It's enough for me to notice, but not enough for me to stop playing.
I think also because of the style of combat it is, and it's like it's more about positioning as such. I mean, the Chimera even by default auto attacks, so it's not like the. I think it's forgiving of not being like a 60 frame per second super smooth thing. It's like yeah, it's aimed at 30, and it has gameplay that supports that. I haven't had anything interfere with gameplay, so I haven't even noticed frame drops. Yeah, cool title. Suddenly lives up to a platinum game.
Yeah, well, I like that it does feel very unique. Like the combat feels unlike other Platinum games. The investigation stuff feels unlike other Platinum games.
Yeah, there's more of a world around it than you
Yeah.
generally get at. So this game allegedly started development before Nier Automata, so it's actually been in development for a long time. It wasn't just let's hold up and Bayonetta 3, let's do something else. It was already happening. And one of the interesting things was it was originally going to be medieval, and it was going to be you had two demons with you.
Oh,
First time you were
like
with
with
you.
two,
I was like, oh boy, that would have
That would
been...
be
Yeah.
hectic.
Yeah. I think they might have made the right choice dropping that
Yeah.
idea. But who knows what it could have been.
They kept the two thing as an ability, though.
Yeah.
That's fun to do.
Okay, so Astral Chain. We'll give it a
It's a solid fun out of
A solid fun
Yeah.
out of
Games.
Wii.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm just going to go across the list because why not? Blair Witch.
Blair Witch.
So, one of the great things about Game Pass is now that when games come out with Microsoft, you just get them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I played through Blair Witch, a game I would not have bought because I don't really care about scary games that aren't, say, Silent Hill. I guess Resident Evil. Yeah, I'm just a mainstream horror person. I don't really care that much. So, I guess there's a few. Anyway, it came out from Blooper Team, and I haven't really played Blooper Team stuff. They're Layers of Fear and Observer. So I loaded it up, and I had a wonderful time. I, in fact, played through the entire game in one day, which was about 5 to 6 hours.
Not bad.
Yeah. You've played a little bit,
I
Zen?
have not played at all because
Oh.
my Game Pass is broken.
Oh, James has Blair Witch.
Yes,
James
I've
has
played through
I had the
probably a
name.
third of it twice.
What? Oh, that's right.
The
Because you
same
somehow
first?
lost the.
No, because I needed to test something.
Oh, you need to test
so
the thing.
I started the whole game again to test the thing.
Okay, so
True developer.
so the setup of the Blair Witch game is you have gone into the forest helping in the search for a missing little boy. At the beginning they don't go into the background, so I'll leave that background blank myself, but you're there with your dog, and it becomes very apparent that the dog is your emotional support animal. You have some sort of anxiety, PTSD sort of situation. So you're relying on your dog, and one of the very only things you get to play with is if you're separated from your dog, you begin to have panic attacks, which is a fantastic setup for a horror game.
Yes.
So, hey, the dog can lead the character somewhere in a forest, which would be very easy to have player guidance go away. It's comfort, so like helping you to
I've
scary
pet that
game.
dog so much.
Yeah, you have the companionship, you can give him treats and stuff like that. And also, he might run off through some bushes, and then you can't see him, and then you start to freak the fuck out, and it works on the player, and it works on the character as well, and it lets them push the narrative forward like that. I think the dog is a fantastic mechanic, tied in with the other mechanic being the mobile phone, which is an old Nokia, and you can go through the messages, and at one point of the game, I just got cell phone reception back. I'm like, oh fuck, let's go through it. You're trying to roleplay to an extent when you play these games. I'm like, I'm gonna call my girlfriend. Busy. Call the sheriff. Busy. Just going through this. Busy. Get up to the pizza place. Ring through. Hey, can I take your order? No, sorry. Like, no, tell them about the Blair Witch!
You
it also,
always put your trust in the pizza place.
exactly. Snakes on it?
Yes,
Or a snake-like at
yeah,
least.
good
yes.
version of Snake.
When all that stuff works together, and I think at certain points, like when I was doing that calling, the battery was going down super fast,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh, modern anxieties, I get it. Also, being a video game, it allows them to do things like you're walking through a forest, and they can restructure the geometry of the forest, so you can be walking straight and go back to somewhere where you've come from already.
Which is a thing from Blair Witch.
Which is a thing in Blair Witch as well. Now, if you love the original Blair Witch and you like the idea of maybe nothing supernatural happened at all, this is just people like getting paranoid and going a bit crazy in the woods. This is not that game. This takes on after the 2016 follow-up, which definitely has supernatural things in it. But that said, arguably less than it might first let on, I would say this game isn't that Blair Witchy, other than its setting and like obviously like but what's going on in the background. This isn't like a Silent Hill game, and I mean that more as in, and Silent Hill didn't start as this either, but when Silent Hill became more of Silent Hill as a reflection of the person that entered it, same thing in this sort of game. So the game shapes itself more around your character story, more than you just go to the forest, get lost, and there was a scary witch in the past. One of the things in the game, you collect like Polaroids of people standing in the corner. Yeah, which are Blair Witch thing.
Yeah.
But later in the game, they end up being Blooper employees, and they got like Blooper t-shirts on. I think it's very effective. It has a good pace. It moves on. It's not all at night. It goes between night and day a few times. It messes with time, which is a big thing. It does some very video game things. Like one of the main mechanics is you find a camcorder, and when you look at the tapes on this camcorder, say like there's a tree falling on a car. And you look and the video has that tree falling on the car. And if you reverse it, the tree goes up in the real world. And your character really only once is like, oh, that's crazy. And after that, it's just like, oh, I'll just use this gameplay mechanic from now on to solve puzzles. There's nothing strange about this. But other than that, it's normally pretty good. Yeah, I had like a good adventure with it. The thing is like, it's very tropey. You understand sort of where most of the stuff's going to go. The background of the character becomes pretty obvious. But at the same time, I found its storytelling method very effective. And when it gets to the end, and non-spoilers here, because where the fuck else is going to end? At the house. What they do with the house is fucking cool. And actually, it was quite hard for me to get through. I actually took my headphones off.
Yes.
I just took them off and said, no more sound for me.
Just tension.
Tiptoe through the tulips.
Yeah. I think after hearing about your struggle with the end, that was also something that kind of stopped me because I was already getting kind of stressed at the game where I was.
But what I kind of love about horror games is this, like, when you strip it back, you just see in your head, like, it's a game. Like, really, why do I care at all? It's easy. Like, there's like, you die a few times near the end, but there's nothing, like, it's all pretty obvious now. So, if you just, like, white wall the geometry in your head, and you're like, oh, that's a clever idea. I like to do that. It's like, yeah, it's fine, especially the sound. Take the sound off. Don't listen to the
That's how I
sound.
made it through Amnesia. And I was like, as soon as you cut out the psychological kind of all the things that are tricking your brain to like immersing your whole psyche into a horror game, it's like, what is the easiest thing?
But I have a hard time switching that off.
But it is very difficult.
On a whim, last night, I ended up watching a playthrough of Silent Hill 4, The Room. I don't even know how I ended up there. I think I just, I was thinking, what happened in The Room? I don't know. I don't want to played it. This guy's got like 18 episodes of playing for The Room. Skip. Let's just find out what the hell happened in this game, because I don't know. But even watching someone else play it, I was getting tense and nervous.
Monkey brains kicking in.
Yeah. So when watching someone do it is difficult for me.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
I very rarely will play a horror game.
I thought it was a cool game to be on Game Pass because I would never have played it.
Yeah.
I would have thought, it's just a movie tie-in thing, whatever. But it's genuinely good.
Yeah, I thought it was really well done. And yeah, its follies are more just. It's like horror as a genre itself. You're supposed to recognize the tropes. Like, in fact, that's one of the things that helps you get through it. Like, it's not just some horrific shit that keeps happening. It's like I know what's happening here. I understand this, and they've done a gameplay mechanic that works with it. Now, I will say here, if you listen to the show, you may notice that I like dogs. It is a horror game that features a dog very heavily.
Yes.
I will say you will be okay if you are someone like me. There is going to be at least a point you will have a lot of trouble with, but then you might be okay later.
It's like, I know I'm never going to play this, and I still had to check with you. I still had to confirm that dog is
You may be okay.
It might be okay.
that nothing super duper bad.
But one of the things I found funny that there's... Oh, actually, here's the thing that the game's fucking terrible about. Okay, so one of the things I hate in games is morality systems. They're dumb. They're stupid. Most of the time. Sometimes every once in a while there's a good thing, but as a whole, the whole idea that these things you do cumulatively make you a good or bad person. Yeah. So there's one in Blair Witch. It determines which ending you get. There's basically 2 endings with slight variance on each one, so it's like 4 endings or one. Now, the morality system is stupid. It's absolutely idiotic. Now, this is a game where, like, okay, you can choose to, like, communicate with your partner and things like that. You can interact with the dog. Like, there's choices you can make on your behavior. Those don't count at all. No, what matters is, and here's the spoiler here, whether or not you scrunch up all the Blair Witch sticks you find. That's
the morality thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you don't
I didn't
switch
even
off,
know
you're evil?
I didn't even know that was a
How
choice.
that works?
Yeah,
Because
it's not even presented as a choice. There's nothing about
The
it.
dog barks at them, and I'm like, well, I just assume it's not going to move on until I scrunch up the thing.
You're wrong.
Oh.
And also, and then also whether or not you do a thing that you only find out is something later in the game, at which point you have to play the entire game to change. And also, I still don't understand how it's morality. And then there are 2 choices near the end that you have, but at that point it's too late if you've done the other stuff, so you might as well just fucking go gung-ho on it. It's like, why? What? When there were good choices there, when there were good choices, it's like, you've just come out of a scary thing, your phone's ringing, it's your girlfriend. Do you pick up or not? It's like, Yeah, and like communicating, things like that. It seems like especially someone that's dealing with some sort of like troubles in their past, maybe opening up would be like a good mental choice for them to make. Nah, totally irrelevant. But as I say, forget about that shit. It doesn't matter. You role play it, and that stuff's satisfying in the moment, and like what you're actually doing. Like I like the relationship with the girlfriend and how we spoke to each other and how the game played with those ideas. It's good. The actual structure of a game, stupid, but it doesn't matter. And you know what? When you get to the end. Okay, here's big spoilers. Now, guess what? Big spoilers here. Neither, and this isn't actually like what happens at the ending, but none of the endings are particularly positive because it's a horror Blair Witch.
Yeah.
That's what people are complaining about. It's like, where's the one where everything's fine? It's like, in non-horror worlds?
People like to complain about it.
Especially Blair Witch. Like, Blair Witch is all about...
Has there ever been a positive ending to any Blair Witch?
Just standing in the corner looking like at the wall when the camera drops. Like, that's a Blair Witch ending.
That makes me think of all the stuff about the second chapter of It. It's like...
I haven't seen that yet.
They're seeing it on...
No spoilers.
Yeah.
There is a subset of people who are very unhappy that the very evil clown who eats children isn't a good moral compass.
Oh yeah, it's an evil clown that he's
They're not a good role model.
I know.
Of course they're not.
I feel those people must not really exist. Maybe they are. Maybe they are its. I can't remember what the monster's called. This Dark Tower shit. I'm not that good at what things are called in the lore. Anyway, okay. So Blair Witch, I really enjoyed it.
It's definitely worth, especially if you got Game Pass. Yeah,
Got Game Pass,
definitely
might as well
check
check
it out. But I mean, I'd even say it's worth the $15 if you just want to check it out. Like,
Yeah, I certainly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it impressed me. And the dog animation's real good.
It's the most important.
Voice acting's good.
Yeah, I pretty much enjoy it. And yeah, it takes advantage of what you can do in a video game. Like, it gets almost anti-chamberish at certain points, which is fun.
Especially for Blair Witch, because Blair Witch does play with space a lot.
Yeah, it plays with space and time.
Yeah.
This game certainly does that. Okay, I'm going to skip that for now. Let's talk about the Nintendo Direct. Oh, fuck. This has stopped recording. I don't know how long ago it stopped recording.
Shit.
I'm glad you noticed.
Yeah.